All right, and we are live. Good evening, everybody, and good afternoon if you're over in Australia. Derek, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, everybody. It is game 5 of the NBA Finals, and the trophy, ladies and gentlemen, is in the house. The Lakers with an opportunity to close out the Miami Heat here in game 5 after going up 3-1 the other night on Tuesday in a rather decisive-ish, perhaps I would say, win, 102-96 against the Miami Heat. Derek, you were broadcasting that game. Give us the lowdown on what you saw from Miami. They had their chances late, but just couldn't bring it home.
Had their chances late, but just couldn't make stops at the end and couldn't stop LA from getting some crucial scores late in that game. Uh, LeBron 28 and Anthony Davis 22. They had four players in double figures for the Lakers. You look at the score sheet, you look at the scoring spread, and it doesn't seem dominant. But just at those crucial points, the Lakers were able to get points on the board and make baskets, and Miami just couldn't get that done late in the game. So they had their chances. They'll feel confident going into this one, but they've got to execute this, tonight. And it's an elimination game, of course, so all hands to the pump. There's no second chances. It's all cliches tonight.
Yes. I don't think Miami certainly lacks any confidence. They haven't at all through this series, really. They've had a swagger about them as they've come into this. And Jimmy Butler, especially, his 40-point triple-double in Game 3. Unfortunately, Lightning did not strike twice. Only 22 points, I believe it was, on Tuesday night. But he is going to need all the help he can get. Question in chat is who's going to help Butler tonight? Derek, who are your candidates?
I think they need better production from Hero. If you look at the box score, he had 21 points, which looks all right on paper, but didn't shoot well and made some questionable shot choices early on. So you've got to make better shot choices. Don't force it up. Just try and run their game rather than sort of running nervous and trying to win the game in the first 5 minutes. But if they execute, I think they'll do all right. I'm actually tipping Miami in this one. I'll take the risk straight off the bat.
All right,
I
you're
think we
going to
see
take
game.
Miami. Are you going to
I
take
think we see
Miami?
game 6.
You will see. Okay, we'll see game 6. So you're not just going to take like this 7.5 point spread and say LA wins, but they don't cover, or you're just going to straight up Miami. We will have game 6.
If it was on my channel, I actually have a chat command for that about gambling, but I'm just going to go straight up and go head to head and say, yeah, Miami forces game 6.
All right, nice. I actually had called Miami in 6 originally. That call is now impossible. So it will mathematically impossible. I think the last time we streamed together, actually, though, Miami did win the game, and so perhaps, and that was the triple double from Jimmy Butler. So we'll see if maybe it's just like we're the lucky, the luck for Miami that they need
Yeah, see
tonight.
if we're the charm.
Exactly. Key to the Lakers has been physicality to pressure the Heat guard shooting and more inside shots. I think that's certainly been the case here. Anthony Davis has been dominant here on the verge of his first finals or his first finals win. Um, Tom Brady is still in Chicago, holding up four fingers. No, 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 no. That was last night. Thank you, everybody, for joining us last night. We're gonna put that behind us. I'm still salty about it. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to
He's
talk about it.
he's he's drawing up his last minute fifth down play.
Yeah, and he's also still rolling his eyes at Khalil Mack. So, which apparently went viral, which is kind of funny because we called it out right on stream and we're like, that is gonna go. That is like the craziest look I've ever seen. Thank you very much for joining us for that last night, everybody. We had a blast. We'll do it again next week, actually, as well. Although I think that game is going to be on Sunday. So we will have Thursday night football on Sunday. Somehow that works. I don't know how. LeBron James is going to go with the baby powder here, despite the fact that they're in the bubble. He's still doing the baby powder, and we're getting ready to roll. So Bam Adebayo is in the lineup here. Still no Goran Dragic. Did he actually try to go on Tuesday night
He
with the?
did indeed,
Okay,
and was in visible pain.
okay. So then actually, so yeah, that's going to be a no go. That's not going to happen. Um, Usual suspects for the Lakers, looking for at least some of these, at least for Anthony Davis, looking for his first championship. They are in the Mamba Black uniforms here, paying homage to Kobe Bryant. wanting to win the championship. Of course, Kobe's looking on this one. So Dwight Howard and Bam Adebayo up to take the tip. They need Wade and Chris Bosh to lace up tonight for the Heat to have a chance. Oh boy, that might be true. As Dwight Howard wins that tip-off, and it is off to James, and we are underway here on Real Life Sports for Game 5 of the NBA Finals. And the first is going to be to Davis, then it's going to be out to Danny Green, guarded by Robinson, and now Caldwell Pope takes a step inside the three-point line, and his first shot is no good. And rebound down to the Heat here. So we're
I think if they wanted Wade, they would have needed to make that call 2 weeks ago so he could clear quarantine.
Clear quarantine. I'm sure they made of no exceptions, I suppose. Oh, what a beautiful look! Tyler Hero with the alley-oop there to Bam Adebayo. That's just a simple two-man game. Bam behind the LA defense there. Beautiful play.
Yeah, Dwight playing too high on that one. Adebayo able to get behind him.
Miami looking to start off in... Are they actually? I think they're in man here as the three-point shot from Danny Green goes in from the corner. And Butler now bringing it up the court, working on Davis. Butler to Robinson, and Robinson, who we definitely need his three-point production. Bam around on the curl. Bam, and he is going to be called for an offensive foul. Really? Oof, offensive foul on Bam. All right.
That's a bit rough on that one. Again, they had the mismatch there. Bam driving on Caldwell Pope rather than Dwight Howard.
Oh, he gave
and
him
just that high, the high sort of fend there as he hits him in the chin.
Give him the elbow to the throat, yes. But yes, the Miami Heat are in their man-to-man defense here, and it is Bam on Davis. Davis going to settle here for a mid-range jump shot. That shot is off, and the rebound down to Jimmy. A little early in the shot clock there. Beautiful look by Jimmy to Crowder, and good hands by Caldwell Pope. That pass was intended for Robinson in the corner as he thought about the three-point shot, but we will do a baseline inbounds here.
Yeah, 18 remaining on the shot clock for Miami there.
You know, they said that the trophy was brought into the building in a Louis Vuitton case, actually. Something that my mother would very much appreciate. Yeah. Hi, Mom.
I have a friend of mine who would be looking at that as well.
Yeah. It's probably more expensive than what I could afford, though, so don't get any... It's not coming to you for Christmas. Yeah.
Jimmy Butler underneath just getting fouled there by Danny Green. If you follow hockey, the Stanley Cup actually has its own Twitter account. You can follow its travels.
Oh, there you go. I don't think they afford the same thing for the NBA trophy. But
no, I don't think Larry gets his own Twitter account. But
Jimmy Butler at the free throw line ends up converting the first of these. Now, if this were actually we were not in a bubble, this would be in LA, I believe, this game. So they need to put the Lakers in foul trouble. Need to put the Lakers in foul trouble. Yes, there was one game. Was it Game 3 where Anthony Davis got into foul trouble early? And Jimmy, was that the game Jimmy went off?
Game 3 was the triple-double game.
Yeah. LeBron James working on Butler here on the right wing. LeBron trying to get the pass inside to Howard, but it's being denied by Crowder. LeBron, what a strong move there in the paint. Gets the better of Jimmy, and Tyler Hero now bringing the ball up the court for Miami. Hero across. Great hands by Davis, who tries to save it, but it ends up going right back to Jimmy. Yes, Hero in the corner is open. Good closeout by Caldwell Pope, and Davis tries to recover in the paint. The LA defense does set up nicely here on the recovery. Still 14 seconds. Hero definitely traveled on that one, and he's going to put up a floater, and it's going to go for two. I think the ref was about to maybe an extra step. He definitely would have called that.
Yeah, unless they called that first step the gather.
I thought he was going to shoot it, though. That's why I thought the ref was like a little hesitant to actually call it, because I thought Hero was just going to go straight to the shooting motion. Ooh, wait a second. Good active hands by Robinson, but he gets called for a cheeky foul here.
It's arguably a low percentage play when you make the reach in like that, and the referee's looking right at you. But we'll see if we get
Hero was okay. He was good.
Yeah, just look worse in full speed.
Yeah. 6-5 here in the early going for the Miami Heat. Danny Green on Robinson, and Green trying to go baseline, gets cut off. Good defense, and Green is going to finish petitioning for a foul, but won't get it.
Good D by Robinson, but better O.
Jimmy Butler now up the court. Ooh, he did have a lane there. He's just going to put up a nice mid-range jump shot. That stroke looks pretty good there from Jimmy. Getting on the boards early. Or in the scoreboard
second
early.
field goal for Butler already.
Jimmy, well, being worked on here by LeBron. LeBron's just going to back Jimmy down all the way into the paint and miss the shot. They literally went from the three-point line all the way into the basket.
Yeah, it's just classic LeBron bully ball there. He just couldn't make the shot though. Butler managed to keep him facing away from the basket, and he sort of had to flip it up over his head. So low percentage shot in the end.
Butler now working around Howard, has him though, but he's going to get it out to Robinson for the three, and Robinson drills it there for three. Good start
Green,
here
was
for
supposed
Miami.
to be. I think it was Green who was supposed to be monitoring Robinson there.
Caldwell Pope down the lane. Oh, and one. Almost put Crowder on the poster, actually. If it was Crowder, it's a good way to get the heck out of there.
And then a good tough drive. The Lakers coming back before we can even finish talking. Good strong drive by Caldwell Pope, though. And we get a replay of it there. Going up for the dunk, gets hit in the air, still has the strength to convert that to a finger roll and make the play.
Yep, and the and one here is good. So 11-10 in the early going. Hero is really working hard against Danny Green here, trying to get himself in position for the ball. And Hero, he's going to get it to Bam. No, that actually gets deflected from behind. I thought Bam was kind of behind the defense, and they would have had another opportunity to do the alley-oop play. I think that's what they were going for. Didn't quite get it to execute properly, though. Miami will have a chance to restart here with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Baseline. Inbound from the baseline. Howard and Bam getting into it here. Howard has just been a talker the entire time.
Well, at least on this in front of Adebayo.
Heroes has taken a lot of low percentage shots. I sort of agree with Jordan here on this. I think Hero, like even they were saying earlier in the broadcast that like Hero had 21 points last game, but they're kind of inefficient. I don't know, Derek, you were calling that game. What is your thoughts on this?
Yeah, a lot of rushed shots, a lot of...
Oh, look out here at the baseline, actually, hold that thought. Ooh. Howard and Jimmy Butler are getting into it, a bit of a fisticuffs here. Woo!
Yeah, a bit of a Chris Jericho armbar going on there. Man of 1,000 holds.
Did Bam just push somebody out of the way underneath the basket? What is he doing?
We might have a stoppage here while we sort this out. The stat feed says there's a foul on Butler, and that'll be a loose ball foul on the rebound, but will there be anything in the ensuing shenanigans?
Butler goes for like a tackle here. Oh yeah, looks like we're back to Thursday Night Football, everybody. This is like, get the pads.
It's a good sumo hold there. Grab the belt.
Pretty good. It is pretty good technique, I would say. Yeah. Look, he goes in from underneath too. Yikes.
And then Crowder in to try and break it up, and then.
So Howard has always seemed like an instigator in these playoffs. He did the same thing against Jokic, by the way. Yeah, that wasn't basketball. That was I think, as you call, that was like sumo, basically.
Yeah, double technical, by the way. One on Howard, one on Butler, as well as the loose ball on Butler.
And a finish here with Anthony Davis. Give him 1 rebound and 2 points there for the tip-in with the left hand. Yeah, that was. Let's see if that ends up escalating throughout the game. As Robinson dives in, but Bam can't find him, and it ends up finding LeBron James. This is an easy transition bucket as it goes into Davis with finishing with the right hand. LA making the most out of the turnover and the run out here. 14-11 LA. Robinson for 3 to try to get the points back, in and out, and that was halfway down.
It was halfway down. It was halfway down twice.
Oh man, that was painful.
I think that's going to trigger the media timeout. It does. LA charged with the first stoppage.
Bam, all he can do here is look on. Oof.
And Davis didn't even catch all of that. He was slightly short of the basket and still managed to get it over the ring.
Yeah, he was. All right, so we have our first stoppage here at the under 4-minute timeout. We've already seen a bit of fireworks come out. neither team really getting into that much of a rhythm. I mean, it's just 14-11, but not the cleanest basketball, I would say, yet. Um,
No, definitely, clean is definitely not the word I would be using there. But talking about Mark in chat saying Howard trying to get fouls on Butler, and I wonder if that's a deliberate thing early on. Howard doesn't play a lot in the second half. They've thrown him out a lot in the first half. Just, I mean, it's sort of like a rugby league forward. You just throw them out there to make physical plays for, 10, 15 minutes, and then he doesn't see very much court time in the second half. So I wonder if they have thrown him out there just to sort of unsettle the Heat, and then we won't see very much of him as the game goes on.
Howard
The
is
J.R.
the J.R.
Smith
Smith of centers. Oh my God.
Actually, considering that Howard has been has lost Adebayo twice in the first 5 minutes on defense, that's probably not a bad statement.
It's pretty accurate, actually. But like I was saying, this is the same playbook that they had against Jokic against the Nuggets. They, especially in Game 1, they basically fouled Jokic out in the first half. Or they gave him 3 or 4 fouls in the first half of that Game 1 of that series, and I was like, well, that's annoying because like all you're having Howard do is go get fouls on Jokic. He's not really playing basketball here. To Chat's point about like what's going on. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, every sport has that to some extent. I mean, hockey has its goons and
the enforcers.
Yeah, the enforcers, which is actually appropriate given it's supposed to be PAX weekend down here. I'm supposed to be in Melbourne, but that not happening this year.
Melbourne is opening up though, aren't they?
Maybe a bit slower than they thought. Melbourne's been under a bit of a lockdown for the last couple of months because they had an outbreak where they were getting something like 400, 500 cases a day just in Melbourne.
Oh, wow.
That number's down to 10, but it's sort of sat at 10 just a little bit too long for their liking. So we'll see what happens.
Well, there you go, Chad. See, there's a proper way to handle an outbreak from our friends down under. Doing things the right way.
We'll probably defer to New Zealand on that question, but that's...
Well, that's true, actually. New Zealand has had pretty remarkable success with their handling of how things have gone. In any case, the basketball so far. Butler with 4 points and Davis with 4 points. Actually, Green has 5. He is leading all scorers at the moment. He's got the 3-pointer and then a tough 2. So you had a stat about LeBron you wanted to share, actually.
Yeah, they were talking about the NBA stat. There is a Twitter account called NBA Stats, which gives us a lot of talking points. And they were saying LeBron James 38 and 10 in closeout games in his career. So when he's got a chance to clinch, 38 and 10, and in those games averaging 28 points, 9 rebounds. Yeah. ESPN also brought up a stat earlier on. In the last 18 chances LeBron has had to close out a series, he's won 17.
Wow. So which one did it tell? Which one, the one that he didn't win?
I don't know. Might have been back in the Miami days.
Ah, okay. I'm wondering if it's like closeout game, if he ended up then winning the next one. So he didn't actually like lose the series, right?
Yeah, I don't think he lost the series. He just missed an opportunity to close out.
All right, so this obviously being a closeout game. So he's won the last 17 out of 18 opportunities, trying to make it 18 out of 19 in this case. And Jay Crowder can't get that one to go as Anthony Davis blocks it from behind. And LeBron James now streaming down the court here. LeBron's going to put this up, and LeBron is going to finish in with a left hand. It's an extended 9-0 run here for the Lakers in the last 2.5 minutes. Miami started the game 4 for 4, is since 0 for 4 and just can't seem to hit a shot at the moment. Tyler Hero working on Caldwell Pope. The nice Euro step for Hero, high off the glass, but it doesn't go. Rebound down to Davis, and the Lakers are off to the races on the opposite end here as Caldwell Pope slicing through the top 2 defenders of that zone. Can't finish, and Jimmy Butler now just leaves LeBron in the dust. Butler going to go to Crowder. He also had Adebayo if he wanted him, and Crowder finishes there. Nicely done with the lay-in.
Very high looping finger roll, but does get it to drop.
Miami setting up its 2-3 zone. Actually, no, it's 3-2 zone again, sorry. And there it's Danny Green. Actually, the zone is a bit of an amoeba at the moment. It's now back to a 2-3. Looks like Robinson is actually staying with Danny Green, so that's the difference there. And Davis, it's a really tough fadeaway 2-point shot. My goodness, wow. Here, and we have a whistle here. Actually, it's going to be timeout. Erik Spoelstra here at 5 minutes to go. Whoever wins the third quarter will win the game. Actually, probably not an inaccurate sort of statement, although we have seen LA really turn things on in the fourth too as well, right? So, but yeah,
I think Spolstra's called the timeout here. He would not be happy with just that last couple of sequences. LeBron getting to the basket basically unchallenged. Adebayo couldn't do anything to stop him because he was on the wrong side. LeBron using the ring as a screen almost. And then the open 20-footer for AD.
Yeah, we have seen multiple cases where the Lakers, I'm trying to remember, there's only one, I think, instance in this series where Miami has taken a lead into the fourth quarter, and I think it was game 3. And they actually didn't relinquish it. Because I think last game they didn't do that.
No, I think the Lakers were up at 3/4 time in that one.
Yeah.
But they don't mind playing from behind. They've sort of positioned themselves as, they've never said they're underdogs, but they don't mind, chasing. They don't mind being that little bit behind if they're in striking distance.
Miami, you're saying, or LA?
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, oh yeah, Miami. Yeah. Well, Miami has made a living in these playoffs, kind of playing that role from behind. I mean, they won the Boston series in 6 games, and 4 out of the 6 of them they were trailing too. There's only like one game that they won where they were ahead, kind of the wire to wire thing.
Yeah, I mean, there is it's a closeout game in the NBA final, so we can unleash all the sporting cliches, and the one about the sort of underdogs, teams taking in that mentality. Miami, yeah, I don't think they're I don't think they think they're underdogs, but they don't mind the chase.
Yeah. Vegas does though. Yeah, after that timeout, no real change to the stats feed here. Davis does have another 2 points, give him 6 now, so he will lead all scorers after that one. No real interesting stat just standing out just yet.
Now, still a bit early on. Points in the paint, probably the only one that leaps out at me. 10-4 so far for the Lakers, and a lot of LeBron getting into the paint, a lot of that Caldwell Pope play, the 3-point play there. So they're attacking the rack and getting some results on that front, as you'd expect when they're running their 2-headed center, and they've got that height advantage.
Yeah, the other one I want to take a look at is, let's see, any real sort of points in transition.
Not yet. Fast break points 4-2, Lakers up.
Yeah, Miami with 3 turnovers here. And yeah, as chat's saying, like the just need to finish better. LA's always going to put a ton of pressure because here's the thing, right? Like every time down the court, like LA puts a ton of pressure on the Miami defense because every time down the court, the shots just seem to come easier for LA, and the offense is so much hard. Like Miami has to work so much harder to get buckets. So like every time LA's scoring on the offensive end, they're just like Miami. You always feel like you're climbing a mountain, basically.
Yeah, Miami's always grinding.
Yeah. The Hydra advantage.
Now I'm just imagining one of those terrible claymation movies with the 3-headed dragon.
Yeah. Iguodala into the game here for the Heat. It's Iguodala, Crowder. I think it was Nunn in here. Yes, Nunn as well. 10 points in the paint so far for the Lakers. And Miami, 1 of 6 shootings since opening up 4 for 4 from the field. So over half of LA's points from the paint. Derek, as you were calling out, that stat did jump out at you there at the break. And Robinson going in with the lay-in. Usually Miami, pretty good coming out of timeouts here with their setup plays. But as Chat's pointing out, they just can't quite finish here.
Kuzma and Rondo also in for the Lakers.
As Danny Green comes off a screen, and Caldwell Pope is going to pass this up to Rondo, who's going to get it to Davis, currently being guarded by Butler. This is an advantage you'd think the Lakers would like to take, but he passes it back to Caldwell Pope with 4 seconds on the shot clock, and that 3-pointer is no good.
Maybe they figure if they can get Butler isolated on Davis, that frees up other players, because Butler's an excellent defender.
Yeah, is one of the better defenders for Miami for sure. As Kendrick Nunn goes in, nice dive in and foul against Dwight Howard here. He's going to foul Jimmy Butler, who was trying to go up and under underneath the basket, and Butler's going to shoot 2 freebies.
2 on Dwight.
LeBron casually sitting there on the bike, getting his rest. Actually, no, I think he's off the bike.
He's just getting his Peloton miles in. He'll be back in a tick.
Butler makes the first of the 2 free throws. You got to burn calories somehow. I mean, it's not like you're going out and playing a basketball game or anything. You got to stay fit. Butler for the second of the 2 free throws, and this one is good. 2 freebies for Butler. It's a 3-point game with 4 minutes to go, and Dwight Howard just gives it away. Butler's on the receiving end of it, and Crowder for 3, but can't finish. Beautiful play by Robinson to follow that one up. What a hustle. He came down from the other end of the court. That was sensational hustle by Robinson.
And Robinson was the only player inside the 3-point line following that missed shot.
Yeah, because so many times you'll be like, oh, yeah, my teammate's just going to get it, and then they miss, and the Lakers could have recovered it. But sensational presence of mind to actually follow up, and here is 4 seconds, and Davis is going to put up a really tough shot against Iguodala. He's going to be no call. It's just going to go out of bounds to Miami here, who is now only trailing by a point. Wow, that was kind of a pivotal moment here in this quarter. I feel like...
Yeah, back-to-back scorers for the Heat and back-to-back stops.
Miami's going to have an opportunity to take the lead here in a second. Kendrick Nunn is going to go for 3. The left-handed shot is good! Here, 20-18, and Frank Vogel has seen enough. Timeout, Lakers.
So who was it earlier on, Howard, is the J.R. Smith of centers?
Nailed
that
it!
Inbounds play. Just terrible. It's like he got faked out by his own player and passed the ball the wrong way.
Seriously. Chat nailed it. All right, he is officially the J.R. Smith of centers. That is, yeah, that was bad. I do like how they don't show a replay of it, though. They show a replay of the not foul on Anthony Davis and then the Kendrick Nunn 3-point shot, which follows up right afterwards. But they should have shown the mishap.
If the turnover tally turns really brutal, then we'll get a montage of that later on. But I don't think a missed pass in the first quarter is highlight worthy necessarily. But it was a dreadful pass.
It is comical. Yeah, it does make for good memes.
Howard is benched, by the way.
And
Alex Caruso comes in.
Mickey Mouse here sitting in the front row of the virtual fan section. Of course, the winner gets to go to Disney World, although it is currently closed, so they will have to take a rain check. Although it's not really that far for them, as they probably could just get out of their hotel and get on the monorail.
Just walk there.
Yeah. 7-0 Heat run here in the last 51 seconds. Currently, game sitting at 20-18 with about 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Rondo bringing it up the court for LA. Let's see what they come up with out of the timeout. That Frank Vogel timeout was not a forced timeout. Remember, both teams are forced to take at least one timeout a quarter, and Robinson almost had his hands on that pass, which was trying to go across court. Kuzma working hard on Robinson, but the turnaround shot is no good. Robinson, great defense there.
Yeah, forcing Kuzma into a very awkward turnaround.
Jimmy Butler can't get it to Robinson. He's being denied there by Caldwell Pope, and now Nunn working on Kuz. And Nunn back to Crowder to Butler. Butler with 5 seconds is going to have to make moves on Davis, and he does. A beautiful step back. Jimmy!
Unless you physically block that, it's going down.
Jimmy buckets with 8 points here so far. 3 assists and perfect from the floor. Actually, both shots being really tough 2-pointers. Talk about really tough 2-pointers. There's one from Anthony Davis. 20-22 here for the Lakers. 2 minutes to go here in the first. Now the scoring, I feel like the pace has picked up a little bit of this game here. Nunn coming around the screen. Nunn's going to go for 3. And, another one for Miami that goes in and out. That's 6 points that the basket is eaten for the for the Heat here, and Davis is going to put up 2. No, 4 Miami defenders there to rebound it, and Butler going to bring this one up the court.
Much more free flowing at the moment, a lot less physicality, game moving more freely.
Talk about free flowing. Butler just gets it blocked there, and Kuz going the other way with it. Kuz in transition. Yes, for 2. Tie game.
Pretty step. Pretty Euro step.
Anthony Davis just looks absolutely locked in right now on Davis. It's so, like, for a big man, he moves actually quite well. I have to give him credit.
He grew up playing guard, and then there was one summer apparently where he grew like 6 inches over the 3 months. So yeah, he trained as a guard.
An air ball here from Kuzma after a steal by Rondo, and Jimmy Butler's now got it, or actually Robinson the other way. The three-pointer goes down. Buckets for Robinson. Ooh, and Davis actually looks injured. Ooh, this is, he has taken himself out of the play. It is 4 versus 5, and Frank Vogel will take another timeout here for LA. Ooh, this is, Anthony Davis is on the ground. I don't even want to speculate here.
Looks like the right ankle.
He is holding the back of his right ankle at the moment.
We didn't see any sort of collision or anything, so I guess we'll see what we get on replay there. But
it's a little early in the game for cramps. That hopefully he's going to be okay. That would be a storyline. Miami on the Miami side has been rather injury prone in this finals. Recall Dragic going out in the first game with a plantar fascia tear. As you mentioned, he tried to go in the Tuesday game, visibly in pain, could not do it. Bam was also out of game 2 and game 3 with a neck strain. He came back in game 3, right? The 30-point.
No, missed game 3, came back in game 4.
Okay. Yep. So definitely, Miami has also gotten the injury bug. But yeah, this does not look good for one of the NBA stars.
No, and the Lakers have been reasonably lucky so far with the injury bug. They haven't had anything major coming into the bubble. And they've managed to ride it out. And sometimes, you're now on the verge of winning a championship, and sometimes it's just you get a little bit lucky with the injury run. We'll see if we get a replay of it here. He's tangled up with Iguodala. It doesn't seem to be any. It doesn't. It's like
I actually thought it was on the other foot.
Yeah, because he came down on the left foot, and
yeah, but it's the right.
Yeah, you sort of can't see anything there from the replay. Markieff Morris is in for Caldwell Pope. There'll probably be one other sub for AD.
He is walking off gingerly under his own power at the moment, although we have... Whoops. Sorry, I'm trying to fix... I'll fix that at the top. But yeah, so now this, Derek, this changes the game considerably for Miami and for LA.
Does a little bit. It takes out I don't think he's quite the series leading scorer, but he wouldn't be far off it. But certainly the focus of the offense for the Lakers.
20 seconds here. Lakers will have the final shot. AD looks like he's okay and sort of floating over to the scorer's table. Maybe he'll find his way back in the second quarter. LeBron coming around the edge, blocked by Iguodala, and that ball is going to be out of bounds. 0.2 seconds left on the clock as LA will look to inbound here.
Yeah, Mark, hopefully it is only cramps. He is up and mobile.
A little early in the game for cramps, though, I would think. And Markieff Morris does hit the shot, but no good.
No, after the buzzer.
Yeah, it did actually go in. It pretty. Yeah, I don't. Usually, if he comes down awkward, then like you would cramp after you came down awkward, right?
Yeah, you're sort of watching that right foot, and he doesn't seem to land on it. He doesn't seem
at all.
Yeah, like I was sort of waiting for him to come down on Iguodala's foot or something, and that's how you turn it. But yeah, it's almost like something happened in midair. maybe it was a cramp because he was trying to push off that foot, and that's where it happened.
Maybe. So we've reached the end of one here. Miami ahead by a single point here in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for this game here tonight. Make sure to drop a sub on the YouTube side of things or drop a follow on Twitch, especially if you joined us for our Thursday Night Football yesterday. Appreciate you guys coming back. It's been a great few days of sport here. Derek, break it down for us here in the first half. It got off to a bit of a slow start and then picked up nicely.
It got off to a slow start, and then we had a tangle.
Yes.
And then it's been a bit more free-flowing. Butler and Dwight Howard picking up technicals after getting tangled on a rebound attempt, but nothing else came of that. And since then, it's been quite free-flowing. The Lakers built up a lead early, 7-0 run for Miami in the space of a minute, turned that around. And now we're back at a single-point margin. Points in the paint still a big deal. For mine on the stat sheet, 14-6, the Lakers attacking the rack. They've had some good contributions from particularly that Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and one play early on. That one stands out. Davis has been playing well, so hopefully he is able to continue. Hasn't been playing much inside, but just getting those sort of open 20-footers, and that's going to create some space as well. So that's a dangerous sign for Miami if he can consistently make those. And LeBron, not doing much yet, but just lurking in the background. We'll see what happens with him. He's been quite happy to take that sort of back seat early, I think, and take control of the game later on. Just come up as on call, as needed. So far he hasn't been a huge factor, but so far he hasn't needed to be.
Yeah, I think LeBron is waiting for the LeBron moment right now.
In-game load management.
Yes, exactly. In-game load management, because he's not going to sit out the game, so he may as well decide to turn it on here in the third and fourth quarter. And as Chat was saying earlier, whoever wins kind of that third quarter might end up winning the game itself. So I think LeBron and he's been sort of known to save himself a little bit here and there, so it wouldn't surprise me that much if, we don't see vintage LeBron until the second half.
Yeah, and I don't think that's a major factor for the game at this stage. Teams have broken the huddle. The Lakers are back on the floor.
LeBron for how might the Heat win? Oh, so if LeBron's going to win the third for the Lakers, how's the Heat going to win the third? Well, they're going to have to do it defensively. I think one of the first things that the Heat haven't been able to do, Derek, to one of your points earlier, is get stops. They've had their opportunities twice. I think it was in Game 2 and then also in Game 4 where they were within 10 points of the Lakers in the fourth quarter and just couldn't get stops.
Yeah, and you've got to kind of swarm that one and sort of deny the Stars the ball here as we get an early basket from Kendrick Nunn. Yeah, try and keep AD and LeBron away from the ball as much as possible, sort of disrupt those passing lanes, try and force other players to beat you. And I think that's the way they'd get in front.
A turnover here from Morris to Iguodala. Iguodala's going to pass it to Bam, going to pass it to Nunn, and Nunn's going to finish there with the right hand. So a beautiful ball, never touched the ground. Caruso going in on the other side, and it's going to go off his leg, and it's another turnover by LA here.
Good work there from one of the defenders to strip him. I don't see nobody got credit for a steal, but
I think it was Hero.
I'm sure the coaches noticed the hustle.
Yeah, I think that was Hero. And yes, chat saying, wow, the Heat scored in transition. It's something that we've really been getting them. Oh, LeBron goes in for a steal and misses it, and bam, is just a clear lane to the hoop.
I don't mind the gamble necessarily, but that time it didn't pay off.
7-point advantage here for Miami. Chat saying without AD, this could be a huge problem for LA, and LeBron's going to put up a three. Ooh, pretty. And he's going to hit that one. Big shot.
Yeah, now it's his moment.
Now LeBron realizes, he's like, yeah, okay, we're down by 7. I might not get AD back. Okay, better start playing. And here's a cheap foul about 15, 16 feet from the basket on Kuz. It's first foul for the Lakers here in this quarter.
When they came back from the commercial break, they had had Eric Spolstra with the TikTok coaches interview. I'm disappointed he didn't dance.
The TikTok coaches interview. In the States, we're not allowed to. We're not allowed to use TikTok. Remember?
As far as I know, I'm getting the US feed. We have a foul there. Iguodala on the loose ball on the rebound. But I swear the graphic came up. TikTok.
Oh,
interview.
I know. Something about them having to sell to a U.S. company. Oh boy. Rondo now. Being guarded by Nunn. Screened by James. James on Butler. Ball kind of frozen here for a second. Looks like it's going to be a one-on-one James Butler play. He gets cut off. Good help defense there by the Heat. Oh, great strip by Iguodala on Kuz as he was driving in. Iguodala comes up with it. Here's the wisdom of age beating youth there for a second as Tyler Hero goes for three and drills it.
Active hands defensively for Miami, and they're starting to make their outside shots.
Rondo, again, here's the screen by Morris. Rondo, Nunn goes underneath it. Rondo takes advantage, but the three won't go down. The three-point shot, actually, let's put a bookmark in the three-point shooting because this has been a topic throughout the first couple games. LA's been having some pretty decent three-point shooting, and it's made them capable of really blowing out leads. But here is Nunn here with this two-point shot. That's going to go, and that's going to trigger another timeout by Vogel, and the Lakers are down to 4-3. They've used 4 timeouts here in the first 2 quarters. Did Anthony Davis get injured? Yes, it does look like, well, yes, Davis is injured somehow. It's not exactly clear to us what happened. He did go off under his own power, and he is currently sort of in sweats on the sideline there.
Yeah, the thought seems to be that it's a cramp, but yeah, a bit of a run going for the Heat. They're starting to make their shots. It is 12-3 this quarter on my statistic. It didn't seem like a big injury. It didn't seem like we didn't see anything that sort of triggered it. He didn't land awkwardly.
Yeah, the problem, like as we were saying, is that he goes up for a rebound, comes down on his left foot, but then goes down nursing his right ankle.
Right.
So couldn't even tell. I'm worried that, like, I hope it's not as bad as an Achilles or anything. Though usually you would have to get carted off at that point. But I don't know.
Lakers social media aggravated a right heel bruise that's been on the injury report, is available to return.
Okay, all right, good. So it's not really any of the like soft tissue kind of injuries there. Excellent.
No,
all right,
took some contact.
Yeah. That is interesting because, like, you could have been like, if it happened on the way up too, that would have been pretty bad. Stats show the Lakers are shooting badly. Derek, what do you have for us?
12 for 26, 2 for 6 from deep. 26. So 46 is not fantastic when the opposition shooting 56. Outside shooting 2 for 6. I mean, we're still early in the game, so arguably not a meaningful stat yet. But that's why Miami is starting to build that lead early on.
Yeah.
Just because they've started to make some shots, a couple of 3-pointers, that one from Nunn, that one from Hero. And also the active hands defensively. Yeah, Robinson got one as well. But active hands defensively, I think that's been the key. They've been breaking up passes. Iguodala's been active. Hero got that strip on Caruso that forced the turnover. Didn't get the credit for it, but we saw it. So the Lakers aren't getting anything easy. Everything is deflected. Everything is, passes aren't at the chest, they're at the knees. Everything's just that little bit off, and that's disrupted the offense.
Yeah, and certainly even though this is a closeout game for the Lakers, and we know LeBron's stats in these closeout games, he's been sensational in them, Miami is not a team that is ready to sort of just roll over and hand them the trophy. They have been scrapping and fighting all throughout the playoffs, throughout the various rounds in the playoffs, and I expect them to do nothing less here in this game. Game 6, if necessary, will be on Sunday. That game on 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, should Miami win this game tonight. And here's the replay. Sensational defense by Iguodala. He got all ball on that play.
And then they immediately turned it into a 3-pointer. Hero coming off the cut, turns, fires in rhythm.
Yeah, the difference so far tonight is that Miami is taking advantage and actually converting the LA Laker turnovers into points, something that they have struggled to do in the first couple games of the playoffs. Caruso now coming off the screen, trying to go alley-oop to James. Easy bucket there for LeBron. Nice play coming out of the timeout.
James into double figures.
36-29 here for Miami with about 9 minutes to go in the second as Jimmy Butler comes across, and he's going to find himself in the paint working on James. Can't quite get it over, but the rebound to Butler himself. And Butler now looking for an option here, finds Hero. Hero right back to Butler, and Butler's going to drive in, just hang in the air, and gets Morris, and he's going to go and get two. And almost another lazy pass.
Yeah, almost picked off, never got to James. Butler almost had a hand on that.
Butler now into double figures as well. So the two stars for the team, Butler and James, going back and forth. Miami in its zone. Oh, beautiful play, but Kuzma can't finish. And wait a second, now they call the foul. No, this is what aggravates me, because that is a late foul call, and the ref waited for him to miss the shot before making the call.
Yeah, I don't have the audio for the whistles. I've turned that down so I can listen to you. But yeah, that can be a frustrating thing. I mean, it's right, but it's late. You know, players want, bang, whistle.
Well, I don't care if you're right. Just make the call. If you're so confident, just make the damn call before you look at the basket and see the outcome. As Davis is going to check back in.
Yeah, AD back in for those watching in chat.
Wow, Butler here finishing through the Morris contact.
Yeah, that's the previous play. Really good defense by Morris to go straight up. Just a better shot by Butler.
LeBron would have gotten that call. LeBron would have gotten and one. Butler, however, does not get the affordances. So the Heat have to do it the hard way. Heat still ahead by 8 as AD is back on the course. So the right heel bruise that he suffered here earlier in the quarter seems to be okay for now. And Jimmy Butler just hustles in and puts it up off the glass. Miami by 10.
And then immediately draws the foul on Davis in retaliation. Butler up to 12 points.
He's locked in again, Derek. He is locked in again. I mean, this is the Jimmy Butler that we saw in Game 3 where he put up 40 in a triple-double.
He's had his coffee. He's ready to go.
He is.
But he's also, he never seems to take easy shots. Everything is hard. Everything is a double pump in the paint. Everything is over a defender. And he's still able to do it. 4 for 6 from the field, 12 points, 4 assists. And not just doing it himself, but creating.
Yeah, Chad might be right there. LA was sort of seeing how the way that this game was going was like, we need AD. Let's just let's put him back. As the lead has now extended to 11 here. Still plenty of basketball to be played. Miami 7 of 9 so far this quarter. LA only 2 of 4. They just haven't gotten the volume of shots. They've been turning it over. Danny Green going to put that up. That's a tough shot now. 2 of 5 for the quarters. That shot really had no chance. And Iguodala here going to give it to Hero. Hero looks like he has a lane. We got it back to Iggy. Iggy on the side for the three-point shot. Yes, no. Rebound down to Davis.
Almost tipped in by Adebayo there, but Davis getting the rebound.
Good help defense there in the paint by Adebayo, and great seal out as they deny James the rebound. And Miami hustling here in transition. Nunn is going to get into the paint. The floater by Nunn, just too strong, but Adebayo gets the rebound. No, gets the deflection as it goes back to Butler. Oh my gosh, Nunn to Adebayo to Hero. Hero in the corner. That shot is off. It looks like it may have been deflected. But
everything about that play was broken.
Everything. On this side, it's Anthony Davis always puts it over Morris's head down to Danny Green. He's now going to have to work on Hero. Green going to go baseline, gets denied by Butler. My God, the action is just nonstop. The passing back and forth. James with a 3 here. James for 3. A second three-point shot as my water goes like flying all over half the room. And we're back going the other way.
That previous play for Miami, I mean, we've had a lot of passing here. That previous play for Miami, everything about it was wrong. I was just waiting for that shot to go down to get them bailed out, but no such luck.
But there's a foul.
Foul off the ball here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a foul on Danny Green.
It is. Loose ball foul.
Yes, so exciting. The half of this water bottle is now in my carpet, which is going to be a problem later.
We just had Kendrick Nunn with the ball, and somebody asked in chat earlier on about who's going to step up for the Heat. And I think there's been a bit of criticism of Kendrick Nunn sort of not playing a lot of minutes earlier in the playoffs, but he's come off the bench today. He's got 10 points in 11 minutes or whatever. He had 8 in the first 9.
And look at this down here. He almost had an assist as Adebayo just misses, but Danny Green gets caught for the foul, and he looks like he's about to cry, actually.
Because that's his third foul.
Oh, my goodness. So Kendrick Nunn came in, I believe it was the final game of the Celtics series, had a very efficient 20 points in 18 minutes, something like that was the stat line. So he can definitely play,
yeah.
for sure.
And he played extended minutes during the regular season, just hadn't played a lot in the playoffs. Tyler Hero getting the call.
Bam's the first missed free throw for the Miami Heat here.
But yeah, Nunn 9 points in 11 minutes off on 4 of 7 coming off the bench today.
Incredibly efficient as Tyler Hero goes back to the bench, and Danny Green's going to take a seat as he yells an expletive to himself with 3 fouls here. Which will not be repeated, as Adebayo makes the second of the 2.
Somebody at ESPN missed the 8-second delay there.
Did they really? Oh, because you could read his lips. Oh, yeah. They did not have the actual audio of it. LeBron James going to try his third 3-point shot. That one hits the front iron. Not a chance there. Is Nunn up ahead here. Adebayo going to try to get it from underneath the rim, but he overran the whole play. And now it's Caruso going this the other way for the Lakers, and James is going to try a 3 again, and James is going to drill it. That was this. I think he's hit all 3 of them from that same exact spot so far today.
Let him get set. He's going to make that shot. LeBron now 3 for 4 from deep and 17 points. Timeout Miami.
But LeBron isn't necessarily known for his outside shooting. And yet he's doing exceptionally well in that department tonight.
But all the shots he's taken have been set shots. I mean, he's just standing there. He's not coming off screens or having to make cuts or off balance. He's just standing there at the perimeter and just potting shots. It's like practice.
Yeah. I mean, his shot has certainly improved over the years. There was a lot of criticism early on, and especially in his Cleveland days, the first set of Cleveland days, right, where he just people are just like, LeBron can't shoot. So like you can make him take 3-point shots all night long, and it's just like not going to happen. And then he went to Miami, basically spent a lot of time working on his shot. And it's served him well. I mean, he's still basically the best player on the planet, but what are you going to do?
Yeah. So, and that's also, the perimeter shooting creates the space to drive. So it's helped him on that front as well.
Yeah.
Because now you have to take him seriously 20 feet from the basket, 25 feet.
Well, he plays a complete game. I mean,
yeah, he's everywhere.
Yeah.
If he's not shooting, he can pass. If he's not passing, he can rebound. If he's not rebounding, he can defend. And, if he can do some combination of those on any given night, he's probably going to win.
Indeed he is, and he's been winning closeout games at a, 75% clip, I think is 38 and 10?
That was 38 and 10, so close to 80.
Close to 80, actually.
80.
Yeah, close to 80.
And then I think Mark Jackson was reeling off the stats at the start. He had the most playoff games, I think, in Laker franchise. He's got the most playoff minutes in NBA history,
NBA,
not Laker franchise. Yeah. But yeah, most playoff minutes, most playoff games. He's close to most playoff assists, most playoff points. Just consistently been in positions to win.
Yeah, and Mark Jackson gets those stats fed to him in his ear. Derek does all his stats himself. So
some might get fed to me, but I do have to find my sources.
How many chips does LeBron have? He's got the 3-peat in Miami, right, and the 1 in Cleveland, I think.
Did they 3-peat in Miami, or did they only get 2 out of the?
Oh God, we need Fran. This is pretty short. Oh, no. They didn't actually get the 3.
Yeah, they were talking, no, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Yeah. Oh, no, just 2.
Just 2. So I think he's got 3.
So he's got 3, 2 with the Heat and 1 with the Cavs.
Yeah.
The one with the Cavs, so important it got its own 30 for 30. Well, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, 12, 13, and 16, and then was denied the 3-peat. Was denied the 3-peat, but by the Spurs?
Yeah, it was San Antonio.
San Antonio, right? By Tim Duncan, that final year, the Manu, Tim, and Tony.
I have a photo of me that year with Aaron Baines, Patty Mills, and the NBA trophy. They did a trophy tour here in Australia.
Jigglypuff, Anthony Davis is not out. He did aggravate a right heel injury, so he was out for a few minutes here in this second quarter, but he is back in. So he did have a bit of an injury scare, but he still is playing. Hasn't looked as effective since he's been back. I mean, he was hitting mid-range jump shots in the first quarter with no issue, but yeah.
Yeah, I think the focus of the offense has moved to LeBron a bit in the last few minutes
True,
too. So
true. Fair
AD
point.
hasn't had to play that leading role just yet.
Yep. Actually, I missed a comment there on the Twitch side saying hope LeBron has a giant game today, and I think, as Derek, you just mentioned, they're going to need a big game out of LeBron because Davis may not be at 100% anymore as Jimmy Butler hits it from there. Is the score supposed to be 44-39 since LeBron hit back-to-back threes? Maybe the Gamecast is usually the most up-to-date, as Marcus Morris is off on that three-point shot there.
I've still got 44-36 on both the broadcast and the live stats.
Yeah. So we might be slightly behind, but here's Jimmy Butler working on Davis, and Butler going to put for three, and Butler drills it for three, 47-36. Now Miami. Wow, we just put that one right over Davis.
17 for Butler.
The last make by LA was a three-point shot by LeBron, so I think that is counted in. I think the score here is accurate at the 47-36 currently. And Butler going to go to Robinson. Robinson going to go for three. That hits off the back iron. And Jay Crowder with the rebound. So Miami's going to have an opportunity to reset.
And this possession coming off another Butler steal, so more active hands.
Oh, Butler almost gets pushed out here, and Robinson gets fouled by Davis. And Davis, yes, no? Did they blow the whistle or not? I thought the ref raised his hand. Okay, I guess not. Clearly it looked like a foul, but Caruso hits a three-pointer. What a swing. Actually, it looks like they've revised Jimmy Butler's three. It turns into a two. I don't know how Davis got away with that.
Yeah, there seemed to be an awful lot of contact there. Bodies flying.
I mean, he took out Robinson, and they ended up in the Miami bench, as Robinson can't quite finish on that play, and that's the makeup call.
Yeah, now we get a foul. That's two on Davis.
Wait, look at the replay here. Davis going to go...
Not a lot.
Oh, they're saying it's a flop. Wow, okay. Robinson with the acting job.
I don't know if flop warnings come up in the
you can get a technical for a flop if it's very egregious.
In FIBA rules, they give you a warning. They give you a team warning, and then after that, it's a technical.
Okay, there you go. Is that in the NBL too? Because you're under FIBA rules.
Yeah, we're under FIBA rules. So the signal for the referees is flop.
This?
Yeah, that's the warning. And then the second one is a tech straight up.
We've learned today, chat. Chat, today we learned. Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. Oh, man. And Robinson connects on both of the free throws. It's 48-39. Miami shooting 8 of 9 from the free throw line. And Rondo dancing around inside. And again, that pass is intercepted. Great active hands from Miami to results in a turnover. And Crowder has a foot on the line. This will be a 2 if it goes. Does not, but none. Follows up with the rebound and the finish. Miami just wants it more.
Soft rebound by Rondo. Pull box out.
Miami just wants it more right now. They are going for all the 50-50 balls, and they are bouncing their way. LeBron is going to go here into the paint, takes one heck of a Euro step, and finishes there. That was a strong move. Wow.
And that's pretty. LeBron up to 19.
LeBron is having that strong game so far. Jimmy Butler, though, to his credit, also getting close. He's got 17 so far. Butler has 8 seconds on the shot clock and 3 minutes to go, and that is actually going to be out of bounds on Caldwell Pope. Active hands there for Pope. Miami will have to restart from the baseline.
Yeah, 5 on the 24 for the Heat.
A little awkward shot there for Crowder. He kind of caught it and then realized he was stepping on the line and decided to shoot it anyway. Robinson wide open, comes down with it and then decides to shoot it. It goes? Wait, did that actually go in or not?
That actually, I thought it went, but unless it was just absolutely right on line and then just sort of brushed the basket.
It brushed the underside of the basket, I think, because they didn't credit any points.
It looked beautiful on the long shot.
Yeah, it did. That would have been crazy. Adebayo down low. What a tough play. Davis, though, deflects it out of the cylinder. And LeBron is going to go downhill. Incoming LeBron. Finish with the left in the end one.
And that's LeBron basketball. Jack Nicholson loves it.
Jack Nicholson's on the board back there.
Pre-recorded Jack Nicholson.
Miami's about to become the 2009 Detroit Pistons. Oh, man.
And that's the second foul on Robinson. Good defense by Anthony Davis to start the break here. And then LeBron with a head of steam had that step on Robinson.
We talk about Jimmy Butler being locked in. LeBron absolutely locked in. And LA, no, he actually can't make the free throw. Still a 5-point margin here. 2:30 to go. LeBron James, 15 points this quarter. I thought it was going to take one more quarter for LeBron to really turn it on, but boy, he has turned it on. His average in these closeout games, as you were saying, is 28? He's already at 21. Butler going baseline, almost steps out of bounds, and that pass is deflected. Crowder couldn't handle the pass. Rondo gets it to Davis. Davis going downhill, pass to Kuzma. Too easy there. Beautiful passing by LA results in a timeout because it's now a 3-point margin, and Spoelstra just needs to stop the momentum of the Lakers.
Yeah, LA's not playing half court, but I mean, when you've got LeBron James, you just let him do his thing. And I think LeBron, we were talking about it earlier, he has stepped up with AD possibly being restricted. They've given the keys to LeBron for the moment. I mean, AD's still playing all right. He is back in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. Well. AD looks perfectly healthy to me on that play. Yeah, on that play, he's run to the court.
But I think they've worked out LeBron's got the hot hand. He's made those threes, got himself into the game, out and running on the break. And then that last fast break that forced the timeout, 4 Lakers touched the ball from baseline to baseline. So the offense starting to click there in transition, and I think that's what's forced Spoelstra's hand here.
Absolutely. Chat wants to call for Olynyk, actually. Miapra 40. What are your thoughts there?
Unless they want a bit more
size.
Height.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Crowder wasn't expecting that pass a moment ago, so it sort of went through his hands and then did miss that too. I don't know if you bench the guy necessarily, but I don't know, keep Olynyk in the ace up the sleeve possibly.
We have, when Olynyk has been in, he's gotten good minutes. He's gotten great production, actually. He's got was this series or the Celtics series? He's got like 2 20-point games. I thought it was earlier in this series.
I think he had a 20-point game in Game 3. He did play well in that one. And, a few people were talking about, maybe poor shot selection in Game 2. But he did do, he did still rack up 20 points in that one. Yeah, 17 in Game 3. So
yep, yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure Olynyk gave the Heat really good production when he's been in. But it's an 8-0 run by the Lakers. I mean, this has been a game of runs. This is something that we've seen throughout the series as well. Miami goes on a run, LA goes on a run, Miami goes on a run, and then ultimately it's LA that holds off Miami at the end. They just can't put the run together when it matters. But this looks like Jimmy Butler's going to go to the line as Kuzma is going to pick up a foul here.
Yeah, and that's 2 on Kuzma. Just bit on the
cylinder.
There.
Kind of bodies him up here. Free throw line, a big part of the Miami strategy, especially in Game 3, the game they won. Olynyk operating the paint for the rest. Bam crowds the paint and can't dominate there either. Yeah, well, it's hard to dominate against AD. Nobody really has an answer.
Lakers have only had 4 free throws so far. He'd have had 11.
But Bam to the bench. Olynyk certainly doesn't look like he's getting off the bench now. Still in sweats. I don't think Spoelstra is seemingly deciding to run with none in this game as the sort of, six man off the bench. And there's AD, who finishes strong there with the throwdown.
Yeah, not looking hurt there. He looks fine.
Yeah, looking totally fine. Nunn going to try to take Kuzma off the dribble, gets it to Crowder. Crowder's just going to go nice, easy runner as LeBron is chewing out Rondo here for his poor defense on Crowder. Miami needs a stop. Definitely momentum behind the Lakers right now. They're down 5, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. Almost feels like, Miami is about to be in a predicament here in a second as Rondo goes in and finishes with the left.
Yeah, well, the lead was 11 a moment ago. And the Lakers have, like you said, just made that run. It's their turn to go on a run.
Jimmy Butler can't finish, and the rebound is tapped out by Davis to Rondo. Rondo now going to try at least this is going to be a tie or no? Yes, actually, it's going to be Davis that finishes that play, unless we have a foul here on the floor.
It's come up as a shooting foul on Crowder, so I think.
How? Crowder wasn't even part of the play. All right. In any case, Rondo's at the free throw line here. 2 points to make it a 1-point game. LeBron 9 for 11 so far tonight is extremely efficient. Actually, both LeBron and Butler have been extremely efficient so far tonight. Rondo here for the second of the 2 free throws.
Lakers have bumped up their shooting percentage back up to 55 now. It was in the low 40s.
And Rondo has got it there. As Jimmy Buckets bringing it up the court here. 50 seconds to go in the first half. Miami by a single point as Hero going to go for 3. Hero, too easy. Tyler Hero, as LeBron just kind of looks over and says, what the heck was that? Because there was absolutely
who's guarding him?
Who's guarding him? There was no defense. Literally standing
postcode
right next to Butler, and he's like, here you go. 2 Lakers look at Butler. Nobody looks at Hero, and Hero drills it. Talking about drilling a shot, it's Davis who drills it on the other side. Exchange of 3-pointers for both teams, and it's still a 1-point game. Oh boy, this is now exciting.
About 2-second difference here as we head into the halftime.
To game clock, shot clock, as Butler's going to hold this for the final shot of the first half. Butler looking for Hero. 6 seconds to go here. No, actually, sorry, 2 seconds. I was looking at the wrong clock. Butler turnaround, fires! Oh, and he drills it right as the shot clock expires. Are you kidding? What?
Straight over Danny Green. Is that Danny Green or Kyle Kuzma there in the defensive? It doesn't matter. Butler made the shot, just drained it.
But that's just casual. Let's play horse. Bang, here you go.
Absolutely no respect.
Over Kuzma. The shot is absolutely good. And then he puts up his little, he is firing tonight. Look at that Jimmy Butler with the little grin there. Oh my God. That's incredible. It might just be Miami's night, ladies and gentlemen, as Miami goes in 60 points in the first half. Kuzma's been playing pretty well too. I mean, both teams really, this game really opened up after that first quarter. Wow.
Yeah, there's other than a few sort of brain explosions from Dwight Howard early on. There isn't really anyone you'd sort of think has played badly.
The J.R. Smith of centers.
The J.R. Smith of centers. Nobody's played badly. It's been a quality game so far. We're looking at 120-point pace. And yeah, LeBron stepping up, potting shots. Jimmy stepping up, potting shots. We're getting quality basketball. It's not a grind.
The Miami Heat have never put up 120 points in this series. So far, the most they've put up in the series is 115. The Lakers have put up 120 points but the 115 is in the game that they won in Game 3. And if we go back to that game, let's open that box score up here for a second. Miami was, oh God, now I have to do math. 58 to 50 was leading 58 to 54. So they had a 4-point lead there in Game 3. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They have a 4-point lead here, 60 to 56 here at the halftime as well. Miami looking strong, even though this could be a coronation night for the LA Lakers. Miami is not going to, they are not going to sit around and let that happen. LA is going to have to absolutely take this from them if they really want it. And Miami playing one heck of a game, as chat was calling out. Jimmy Butler has 22 points in the half and is matching LeBron James blow for blow here.
Yeah, once again on triple-double pace too. So
Yep.
not just scoring, but creating. What's the assist tally? 15 assists on 22 makes for Miami at this stage. 12 assists on 23 makes for the Lakers, because a lot of LeBron's shots are just him holding the ball for 10 seconds and then potting threes. So not many assists to be had on that front, but still making shots.
Yeah, Winter will probably close it out with defense. I mean, absolutely. That's been LA's calling card, actually. LA has found itself down in a few of these games and then just absolutely locked it down on the defensive end. There was the blowout in game 2, remember, that we did, and where at the second quarter mark, I mean, LA looked like they just flipped the switch, and from then on, it was all LA. Like, the LA defense can turn it on whenever it wants, seemingly. So be incredibly interesting to see how if Miami can continue at this pace. Not even going to say. The Lakers need a third player to have a good game, Rondo, Kuzma, or Caldwell Pope, not even Danny Green. Well, Danny Green has been in foul trouble, and he had to go to the bench early with 3 fouls.
But Panagiotis raises a point there. 21 for LBJ, 13 for Davis, and then the rest of the scoring is 5, 5, 5, 4, 3. And I think if you take out those top 2 players, like 4 for 10, 4 for 12. So they're not shooting well once you take out the big 2. So the Lakers do need that one extra scoring option. The Heat seem to have that. They've had Kendrick Nunn come off the bench and contribute.
Jeff Bezos is the guy on the right in Aussie. Yes. Derek joining us all the way from Australia here, where it is actually Saturday. So what can you tell us about our future?
The future, we've all got hover cars.
Okay. Yeah. And the coronavirus is gone, and sports are back, and life's great. So
no, we actually domesticated the coronavirus. Now we get it to do our housework for us.
Do our housework for us. 5:19 here in Greece on Saturday. Wow, the dedication. Love to see it. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you to everybody across both Twitch and YouTube platforms for joining us. I know some of you joined us last night for our Thursday night football here on the Twitch side of things. Tonight we're broadcasting across both platforms, YouTube and Twitch, and you get to pick which platform you might want to be a part of. Content is the same on both, since we don't actually... Well, on Thursday nights, we get to show the game, but unfortunately not tonight. How are we feeling about the Tasmanian NBL team?
Yeah, the Tasmania Jack Jumpers, Australian League expansion team. I just put a note in chat. Basketball in Tasmania is quite strong. They've got a couple of NBL 1 teams, their own local competition. Tassie's representative program is relatively strong, especially for such a small population base. I'm really glad they're back in the competition. They've been out for 25 years after the Hobart Devils left the comp. I'm glad they're back. Other than cricket, that'll be the only national sporting team in Tassie.
And couldn't use the Tasmanian Devil because the Americans trademarked it?
No, the Australian Rules Football trademarked it.
There you go. Gotcha. Keeping up tabs on the YouTube chat here, talking about Iguodala. I actually think, aside from Jimmy Butler's been the best on-ball defender, just in general, the best defender for Miami, sort of bar none, in this series. He's also the best player, but on both sides of the court. I actually think I've been really impressed with Iguodala's defense throughout the series, and at times he has had to defend James, which he's quite comfortable with going back to his Golden State days. So I've been impressed by Iguodala's defense, actually.
Yeah, and in this game, Iguodala has had active hands. Kendrick Nunn's been getting in the passing lanes. What's Iguodala's stat line? 1 steal, 1 block so far in this game.
Yeah. How many blocks in total? Let's run through the stats here for chat to catch everybody up.
Just the 1 block for Miami, 2 for the Lakers so far, 1 to Davis and 1 credited to Danny Green. Shooting Heat are at 47.8. The Lakers have improved to 56.1. 3-pointers, the Lakers are 6 for 13. Heat 6 for 15. There's a free throw advantage for the Heat. They've had almost twice as many shots, 10 for 11 for Miami, 4 for 6 for the Lakers. Rebounding, Miami +5. Assists, Miami +3. Turnovers, LA has 1 more. And the foul count even at 8 apiece. So the game freed up basically after the Howard Butler tangle and the double technical. The game has definitely opened up. And the stoppages have been because of runs rather than because of fouls.
Yeah, there was one of the stats that I wanted to check in on, and I said put a bookmark in it, was the 3-point shooting, because I feel like it has been a decider in some of these games. Especially in game 1, LA went off and hit 15 3-point shots. They went 15 of 38. In game 2, if my browser is going to at all cooperate with me here, in game 2, they went off and got 16 of 47. So the percentage wasn't as good, but they still got 16 of them. And they outscored Miami from 3-point range. In the game that Miami actually won, this is game 3 now. Well, they only hit 14, so they've been shooting pretty consistent there actually too. So the Lakers have definitely had 3-point, and they hit 14 again in game 4. So they've been consistently getting at least 14 3-pointers made per game. And as you mentioned, they've only hit 3 so far?
Six each.
Six each. All right. I had to double it. So
they're on pace. I mean, they're on pace for 12, so not far off 14.
No, not far.
And you might see that option come up later on. But all the ones the Lakers have hit have been set shots. I mean, LeBron just sitting there.
Yeah, 3 of them are LeBron's, not doing anything, right? 3 of them
are LeBron's. I'm not doing anything for the next couple of minutes. I'll just shoot that.
Yeah. Gemma saying, right now I'm rooting for Miami because I want them to extend this series so it'll be more entertaining. I think that's exactly the Derek, you took that exact position at the start.
Yeah, I want to see one more.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos on Twitch chat. How many minutes do you think Kelly will get overall? Kelly Olynyk. We're talking about that on the other side of things a moment ago. He hasn't played at all so far. I wonder if Spoelstra's just keeping him in reserve. They've sort of run with Iguodala and Nunn as the bench options so far in this game.
Yep.
And they've had Crowder as the sort of small forward, power forward.
Yeah, let's take a look at that too, because this has been called out by Chad a few times now. So Olynyk in game 1 had 18 minutes and 4 points. In game 2, that's the big game that he had, the 20-point game that I was thinking of. He had 37 minutes and 24 points, but in the loss, actually, Miami couldn't go over the top on that one. And then in the game 3 win, he had the 31 minutes and 17 points in that one. And then in game 4, 12 minutes and 4 points, but we haven't really seen him at all so far this game.
No, he's been did not play coach's decision so far this game.
So far, yeah. So definitely curious. And as you mentioned, Howard was in early, and then after the little scuffle, has never seen the court again.
No, other than the turnover and the technical, he's got a trillion almost. Yeah, no points, no shots, no rebounds. 9 minutes for a turnover and a foul and a technical.
That's a great stat line. That's a winner. That's a winner stat line there, right there. I think you went over some of the other team stats, right? Like, so we've been looking at sort of the fast break points, the turnovers. Turnovers actually about even. But the points off turnovers, actually, I'm shocked at this stat right now. Because Miami has only 4 points off turnovers. I could have sworn that they were taking better advantage of this.
I'm wondering if the NBA has a different interpretation on that statistic, because all through the series, I felt that that's a very low number. LA's got 15 fast break points, but only 10 points off turnovers, and the Heat only have 4 in both categories. They may actually be the same field goals. So I'm sort of wondering if there's a different interpretation there. But and the turnover count seems really low, given how active Miami has been on defense, disrupting the half-court sets. So that just those numbers seem low.
An incredibly efficient night so far for both Butler and James. Butler shooting 7 of 10 for 22 points. James 9 of 11 for 21 points here. Looking ahead, I suppose, to the weekend here, we're almost done with the halftime. I bet you have the league pass that'll tell you exactly when.
2:40.
2:40 to go. Looking ahead to the weekend, though, we have Week 5 in the NFL. Coming up this weekend. Started with Thursday Night Football last night, which we had here on our Twitch channel. We had full game footage, so make sure to drop a follow on the Twitch side of things and join us next week as we'll be broadcasting Thursday Night Football throughout the entirety of the rest of the season. I believe the Thursday night game will actually be on a Sunday, so Thursday Night Football on Sunday makes no sense in terms of marketing, but we just have to adapt. So, in any case.
Now you feel my pain.
Oh, that's right, because they're always on the wrong day.
Tuesday morning football.
Yeah. Games coming up this weekend, though, at least the ones that are probably noteworthy to watch. Philadelphia is going to travel to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh had a bye week last week because it was scheduled to play the Titans, who could not play due to the COVID concerns at their facility. And so Pittsburgh has only played 3 games while the rest of the league has played 4. But anyway, Philly, who is currently leading the NFC East at 1-2-1, is actually going to play Pittsburgh. I can't believe that they're actually leading the division at 1-2 with a losing record.
1-2. One of the bookmakers in the US has actually paid out bets on Philly winning the division.
I mean,
it's only week 3.
I mean, probably like I don't even know that blah. It's crazy. The Las Vegas Raiders will travel to Kansas City. I suspect KC just looks a bit unstoppable at the moment. We were talking about that during halftime yesterday. Rams going to the Washington football team. I suspect the Rams will take that. Carolina and Atlanta. Maybe Atlanta actually wins a game. Maybe not. I'm trying to see what else. New York Giants at Dallas. Oh boy, that's an 0-4 against a 1-3. Seattle Seahawks looking to go 5-0 though. I will be watching that one for sure. That's actually the Sunday night game. As we have a bit of an oddity with the scheduling, remember folks, there will be 2 Monday night football games. There will be a Monday afternoon game. Denver will go to New England. That game is going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern. And then we'll have the Chargers against the Saints, which will be the proper Monday night game. And then there will be a Tuesday game, which will be Buffalo at Tennessee. Both teams undefeated going into that game. Tennessee taking the bye week there. So the NFL is going to play a crazy number of games this week.
It's almost turning into the Premier League. You've got games almost every day of the week.
Yeah, we do. That's how you stay a 24/7 news cycle, basically. That's how you have to do it. Yeah. Does Mr. Osga have an NFL team? Yeah, so you were saying Tampa, but from the Warren. Oh, okay. Nice.
I've actually been to the Buccaneers are 1-0 with me in the stadium.
There at Raymond James down in Tampa.
At Raymond James.
You go. Beautiful. All right, as we're back underway here in the bubble, once again, thank you everybody for joining us on both the Twitch and the YouTube side of things. We really appreciate everybody hanging out. And Hero gets kind of stuck down underneath, pass to Bam, back to Hero. Crowder's going to have an open 3-point shot, and he will not quite. That is going to miss. Howard back in the game, though, so we'll see how long that lasts for as Danny Green once again steps out on the sideline. I feel like we called Danny for this at least once a game.
In the New Zealand League, they referred to the corner baseline as the best defender in the league.
For the amount of turnovers that it
causes. The amount of turnovers
forced. Yeah. Jimmy Butler here. Miami holding on to a 4-point lead. Butler to Robinson. Robinson gets this down low to Bam. And we're going to have a jump ball, actually, as AD basically intercepts that pass. The inlet pass intended for Bam winds up. We're going to have a jump
good
ball.
Good work there to tie up.
Yeah, actually. Waiting on the jump ball here in just a second. Refs setting it up. They're making sure their feet are aligned. Bam! Wins it easily, actually. And Miami retains possession. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Hero with the camera angle that Fran absolutely hates. And Crowder from the corner for 3. I didn't think that was going in, but it did. Nice shot. I thought it was actually too far left.
He'll feel better seeing that one go down after missing a few early.
Yeah. LeBron working on Butler, and now back to Davis, who's being guarded by Adebayo. Caldwell Pope, is he going to step up? Chat was calling for it earlier. LeBron on Bam. Good help defense by Robinson. Active hands, and LeBron loses the ball out of bounds. The double team for Miami comes up effective.
Yeah, won't get the credit for the steal on that one again because James recovered it briefly, but active hands, forcing turnovers, forcing mistakes, stopping shots from getting in the air in the first place.
Oh boy, it's a good thing Frank isn't here because we have a United fan in chat. It's okay. I don't care either way, but one of our other commentators is a Liverpool guy. As Caldwell Pope hits the 3-point shot there, and it becomes a 4-point game. So there could have been probably some sparring going on between in chat there. But you're more than welcome. We love having fans from all different teams. We're just we're passionate about sports. We always love talking sports. As Bam drives in, and that is going to be a foul on Howard, as Adebayo will go to the free throw line.
Oh, there's been a second half Dwight Howard sighting.
Yeah, he hasn't made a mistake yet. Yet. It's a beautiful look here by LeBron on the replay.
Yeah, my stat feed shows 3 on Howard. It may be 2 and the tech.
That sounds about right. Jimmy Butler give and go there. Go up with it, Bam. Oh, Bam can't quite finish. That ball was certainly disrupted by Davis. Miami's going to want that back. Bad.
Yeah, and Davis has still been strong defensively. The focus has moved away from him after he got hurt, but defensively he's been excellent.
What do you think of James' 3-pointers made this game? Good shooting or bad defense? I think, Derek, you're on the side of bad defense because they leave him like wide open. And that is a very, very, very friendly roll by Anthony Davis, who got the rim. Basically, his shot died on the rim and fell through. So the 3-point shot is good by Davis. And it's a 1-point game. Hero probing baseline. Gets it out to Crowder. Gets it to Bam. Drive on Howard. Give him number 4. As both Davis and Crowder hit the deck, and here's Robinson out in the corner as the paint got cleared up, and Robinson with the answer from the left wing.
7 assists for Butler in the game now.
He was wide open, though. What a look by Butler. To James's credit, though, even if nobody's playing defense on, I mean, you still have to knock it down. And here from the Finals logo, LeBron from the Finals logo.
That's just good shooting.
That one's just, yes, I totally agree. That one is just a good shot. Damn, that's unguardable. Holy moly. Hero going in. Gets the lay-in. No, Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Oh, gives it to Bam. Says, I want the assist instead. And he lays it in for 2. Rebound assist. He says, I got enough points. Here, give me the triple-double. Here's the assist.
And Chad, if you didn't see that, he was wide open. There was nobody else in the paint.
Oh, my goodness. And, oh man, we're gonna slow things down. Howard gets a foul here.
But yeah, nobody else in the paint. Butler and wide open. Nobody else in the same postcode. And then he dishes to Adebayo.
Yeah, this is so funny because clearly he looks up. He's like, he could totally make it. Like, what?
Unless he was expecting someone to be at his back.
That was so funny. Does LeBron think he's Dame Lillard or Steph Curry or something? Or like Klay Thompson with that kind of 3-point shooting. My goodness. I mean, he's literally at the S.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos says that's something I would do in my career in 2K. Just stat padding to improve your teammate grade.
Yeah.
Video game James.
You only need to make 5 shots to get 10, but you have to have 10 assists, right? So like clearly 1, you get 2 for 1. It's a great strategy. That was just really funny.
He's got 22, 8, and 7 at this stage.
Jimmy Butler, the step back J is pure. Jimmy buckets over Howard. Getting his points too. Why not? Make it another 40-point triple-double while we're at it. Danny Green trying to dive inside to the paint, but is denied by Robinson. Miami now back in the zone. And LeBron's going to go for three again. That one's just too far, however. Rebound down to, that should be off LA. This should go to Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, Robinson happy to escort that one over the sideline.
But I mean, this is sort of going back to the first half when we're like, wow, like these players hitting mid-range jump shots like this. Butler is locked in. You can tell James is locked in. These two guys they're just going at it. They're just going at it on the offensive end. Nobody can really stop them at the moment. Jimmy Butler going to go in on Howard again. Butler looking for the pass outside. 9, 8. Going to go to Crowder. 6 seconds here to Robinson. Robinson back to Crowder. Nice. He drew 2, and Crowder just turns it over. You could see he was going for Bam, trying to get Bam on the baseline. Right idea. Poor execution. And it turns into a Miami turnover.
Yeah, as much as Friend doesn't like that camera angle, it showed the baseline cut perfectly.
LeBron picked up his angle a little too, his dribble, sorry, a little too quickly. Caldwell Pope, great hands by Bam, and now LA is going to have to initiate offense from about half court here with 3 seconds. Caldwell Pope's going to put up a 3, and Pope tie game.
That's a tough shot.
Wow.
One on the 24 as that shot went up.
And we have a tie game here at 70. Tyler Hero trying to work on AD. Hero back to Bam. That pass could have been intercepted by Howard, but Howard doesn't have the athleticism. And here is Jay Crowder for 3. That shot is no good. Jimmy Butler. Yes, Jimmy Butler with the rebound and the lay-in, and he hit the deck hard, though. Ooh, he hit the deck hard.
Yeah, I think he took some contact there as he went up for it. That'll be a loose ball foul.
Oh, he's
there,
holding to the back of his neck. Ooh, that is not good. Jimmy Butler hit the deck hard as he went up. Did they actually call a foul on this? They should have.
Yeah,
Man, he gets hit in the head. Oh, okay. I thought his head hit the hardwood. Thankfully, it did not.
No, it's just the contact from from Howard as he went up for the loose ball.
Yeah. Miami needs to redeem this.
It's pretty hard though. It's poleaxed.
Isaac's saying Gemma's mad because the Raptors are not playing. Oh well, the Raptors they were the reigning defending champions. Had a great series against the Celtics actually. I mean they were essentially dead to rights until Game 3, and then they basically almost won the thing. We actually covered that series quite extensively here on the channel. They played exceptionally well. Trying to catch up with chat here. Also throw Dwight out.
This may be getting reviewed. There's a referee review on this one, so they may look at a flagrant.
Yeah. LA's just hurting them every time they go to the basket. Yep. I'm with you, Mendoza. I mean, the Raptors did. They played really well to force that in 7 games. It's an exciting series. So. The Celtics definitely had to go out and win it. That's for sure. This is Jeff Bezos on the Twitch side saying I'm a Heat fan, and if we go down, and I'm proud to say we went down to a tough Lakers side. I mean, this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, right? Like there's really no world where LA just goes out and wins this thing, and there's like, drop the confetti. Like Miami is not going to. They're not the kind of team that like lays over here. You didn't see that in the Celtics series. You certainly don't see it now. And they've played exceptionally hard, exceptionally good basketball. If it wasn't for some of the injuries, the series may even be tied. And Miami's just had an uphill climb.
Yeah, they've certainly never been blown out. They've been beaten, but not bowed. And they're certainly not beaten in this one.
And they always believe they can win. That's the other thing. They believe they can win every game they're in. There's a lot of confidence.
It's sort of Jimmy Butler's personality has sort of taken over the whole team, and he's just like, we are never out of games.
Well, it's infectious. Right now, look, he's got 26 points. He's got 8 rebounds, 8 assists. We have 18 minutes left we have a quarter and a half left to go. I mean, we called it on Sunday in Game 3 at halftime. We're like, Jimmy's gonna go for 40. Like Jimmy's going for 40 again. Like book it. All right. Like if you got a prop bet Jimmy for 40, I'm putting $5 on Jimmy for 40.
Yeah, if that's what it takes, that's what he'll do.
I'm putting a gifted sub on the Twitch side of things on Jimmy for 40. Lakers are doing it for Kobe. Yes, that's the other thing. It is this sort of like. There's that story, the whole Kobe storyline. So I mean, if they do win the championship, it would certainly be a sort of momentous kind of storybook ending for the season there for Kobe. And Isaac Chavez, thank you so much. Thank you for the subscription on the YouTube side of the channel. Really appreciate everybody hanging out here tonight. It's been great. You guys in chat have been awesome, actually. Lots of really good discussion about the basketball. And here is the review. Derek, what do you have for us?
I'm just waiting to see what comes up on the stat feed here. We're seeing the replay of the contact there. I don't have the commentary in my head for the moment.
Jimmy Butler is going to shoot.
Yep, no lineup, so it's definitely been upgraded to flagrant 1.
Yeah, and that he does hit that one. So the most that could be, he only took 1 shot because the most points you could make on that particular play was 3. So there isn't like, you can't take 2 free throws on the flagrant. You just take the extra 1, and so he does make it. But Miami will retain possession because of the flagrant foul. So Miami with another opportunity here. They currently lead by 3. And Tyler Hero with a tough floater. He's actually been kind of quiet tonight. Jimmy Butler with the rebound there. Robinson from the outside for 3, and Robinson drills it. Nice shot by Robinson.
Hero's been quiet, but Robinson's been firing.
Yeah, so you want to stuff stat sheets? Rebound plus assist. 3 points, rebound, and assist for Jimmy Butler on 1 trip to the floor.
And 9 assists for Butler.
Oh my God. Green is short. Miami here with an opportunity as Dre Crowder hits the floor, and Butler commanding the troops down. Ooh, he missed Robinson. He had Robinson baseline. Hero tries to clear out some space. Hero driving in. Hero, tough shot! I thought that was going to be blocked.
Double pump going under Caldwell Pope, but a nice play by Hero. That might get him firing. He's up to 10.
Miami now with an 8-0 lead and a 0 run, and LeBron James says stop that immediately as he hits another 3-point shot. LeBron with his 5th 3-pointer. He really likes that area there. Again, nobody really guarding him. Miami just daring him to shoot.
Can't give him an inch.
And he has been making them tonight. Tyler Hero back to Crowder, and Hero, it gets caught stepping out of bounds.
We're going to get another replay here of the LeBron 3. And again, these just aren't, it's
the problem here is Butler gets caught trying to go under the screen, and then Howard moves.
Yeah, but LeBron's not having to create shots. He's just there. They're just available. And he's like, well, if you're going to leave me this open and set, then I'm going to take those shots.
LeBron looks like he wants to take one again, but he's going to pass this one up here to Davis. Davis trying to back down Butler, and LeBron, thinking about the 3. Probably going to jab step here. Crowder, wanted it. No, he's going to drive into the paint. LeBron gets caught there, picks up his dribble. Rondo, tough shot. I don't know if that beats the shot clock, but it will go out of bounds as it goes over the top of the backboard.
Yeah, it didn't beat the shot clock, but it hit the shot clock. So.
Hit the shot clock. Yeah, so Miami doing it for Goran for sure. Every team's got a rallying cry here. Jimmy Butler looking for his first title. Anthony Davis looking for his first title. LeBron looking for his 4th.
Well, the Lakers catch cry you see on the big boards is leave a legacy.
Yep. Certainly something that Kobe's done, one of the Laker greats. Jimmy Butler working on Pope to Iguodala, who is now matched up against James. Iguodala trying to get it back to Jimmy, and this is Jimmy and Pope, and looks like he's going to take him one-on-one. Tough mid-range jump shot. That one is just too far. Thought maybe he was going for the bank there, but it doesn't go. Rondo, Davis was wide open down low, and Davis just turns around and finishes. A little 5-0 run.
Just got a bit of a push off there on Crowder, and that created some space.
5-0 run here for the big 2 from LA, both LeBron and Davis with the 5 points. Jimmy Butler having trouble getting into the paint as Robinson is going to take an outside shot from 3, and that's a glance off the rim. LA now with a chance to tie if they get the 3 here, and they're going to go to Kuzma for it, and that is going to be short. Oh my gosh, LA just bullied away Iguodala, and Kuzma finishes in, and this has got to be a timeout from Spoelstra here because the LA run 7-0. See, game of runs. This is what we've been talking about. Miami 8-0, LA right back 7-0. We got a 1-point game.
Yeah, nobody boxed out LeBron on that play after the miss, and he got his own rebound, hands it off to Kuzma there for the cut.
In his defense, I think Iguodala tried, and LeBron just kind of discarded him.
Yeah, Iguodala's a good defender, but just doesn't have the bulk. When LeBron wants to play bully ball, he can get where he needs to be.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you're talking about stat padding again, or a rebound and an assist on the same play.
Quick timeout here by Spoelstra. So that, I think, is going to double up as the media timeout. It should. We're right at the 4-minute mark here of the third.
Yeah.
Right when it looked like Miami was about to perhaps blow the game slightly open, Derek, LA's defense takes over.
Yeah, and you've just had that couple of plays. They got LeBron gets to pot one, a couple of defensive, poor turnovers by Miami, and LA just making that run. And like we said, teams are sort of stringing together 3 or 4 baskets, and then the opponent will string together 3 or 4 baskets. It's just been that kind of game. LeBron now 27, 6 and 5, but 11 of 14. So, and 5 of 7 from deep.
3.
So,
yeah, I mean, chat called it out. LeBron is channeling his inner Steph Curry. This is an impressive shooting performance by LeBron, who isn't necessarily known as spectacular 3-point shooter isn't the first thing that comes to mind when you think of LeBron James.
No, but it's a bit like that game, the famous Michael Jordan, the shrug game against Portland. He's open, he's got those opportunities. He gets in rhythm, and starts draining those shots. And once you build that sort of momentum, the basket looks like a hula hoop, and you just start hitting everything.
Yeah, LA has been shooting impressively in the entire series. To some degree, Mark, I think you're right. What hasn't worked for Miami, which worked for them really well actually in the Boston series, was the zone defense. And LA has just had a sort of a field day shooting through it, or just shooting up the zone, literally. Because that hasn't, in the Boston series, Boston really didn't have ways to handle it. It slowed the game down considerably. It got Miami back into games where they were behind. And LA, every time Miami throws out the zone, LA is just content to start firing away. And they're hitting.
Yeah, that's how you break up the zone too, that outside shooting.
Yeah.
27, 9 and 9 for Butler.
So Butler and James matching each other with points on that stat line. And as you mentioned, a little bit more balanced scoring for Miami, though.
Yeah, 4 in double figures for the Heat. Just 3 so far now. Caldwell Pope into double figures. But they've had Kuzma chip in with 7, starting to get the contributions from the bench. Not necessarily dominant, but chipping in. But it's been the LeBron show tonight. And it's weird. It's not been the LeBron show. Like, there's not a highlight reel. There's not the sort of drives or flashy moves or anything. It's just him standing still for 10 seconds and potting a 3 because nobody comes out to mark him. But it's been effective.
Rajon Rondo has been quiet. Let's see, Rondo with only 4 points tonight. 5 assists, though. Actually, he's tied with LeBron for the team lead in assists on the side of the Lakers. So that's how he's been contributing. Is it common for 4 or 6 players on a team to go into double figures for a game? Actually, for Miami, it is, because that's how Miami scores. They can't overly rely on a single person.
Yeah, 4 or 5 in the NBA, very common. Maybe 4 in FIBA rules just because of shorter quarters.
Iguodala saves that one from going out of bounds. Davis caught up in the air. Iguodala gets it out to none. Extra pass to Crowder, who's going to tee this up from the top of the key, and Crowder has got to hit that wide open shot there, but he can't get it to go, and Davis gets fouled by Iguodala as he tries to collect the alley-oop from LeBron. Davis and LeBron in total takeover mode here. Miami is going to have to want that possession back because they had a wide open look.
Yeah, and Davis just had the step here on Iguodala and, had the seal, gets the pass.
Iguodala can make it work against James, but not against Davis. I mean, it's just not going to happen there.
Well, he can, but you got to stop him getting the ball in the first place.
You deny the entry pass. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if you throw the lob like that, that's not a play Iguodala can break up.
Yeah, when Davis gets the ball that low in the paint, it's over. I mean, basically. And LA had 2 cracks at this one on the offensive end and couldn't get it to go. So rebound is going to go down to Iguodala and the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler thought about 3 from straight on. Decides not to shoot that. And we have 12 seconds here on the shot clock. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in this third quarter as Crowder hits it from 3. And it's a foul. It's a foul on Davis. Davis is going into the book. Fran is in chat. I know he's watching. Davis is going into the book. What's the difference stats between Robinson and Crowder? Derek, to you.
Crowder 4 for 11, 11 points. Robinson 5 for 11, 16 points. Robinson 4 for 9 from deep.
Yeah, so Robinson definitely getting it done. He is sort of the 3-point sharpshooter that we know him. Why would Davis do that? If Fran was here, he has been writing down every time a team fouls a 3-point shooter. And yeah.
Gemma, can I come back to that comment when we get a stoppage?
Yep. And here we go. LeBron working on Iggy here, where LeBron going to just drive in and play some bully ball, and you have your stoppage. Have at it.
One of the things you try and talk to, especially junior players about, because you see the huge flying blocks, people closing out spectacularly, and all those things end up on SportsCenter. But it's a terrible play because either you draw the contact, which means that the shooter is going to the free throw line, or you sail out of bounds and leave them a wide open jump shot. So Davis, there's a lot of players who want to sort of make that sort of dramatic, really hard closeout, but it's just really poor. And one of the things in juniors you try and teach people out of, just stand in front. Don't fly at them. Just stand there. Stand there so you can box out after the shot. And it drives junior coaches mad when you see players flying out of bounds for blocks they're never going to get, or drawing the foul and forcing 3 shots.
LeBron ends up hitting both of them, and so it's a 4-point game here. He's up to 27, 29, I believe, 28 at the moment, and Nunn is going to drive in, but that's going to be out on LA. 5 seconds for Miami to reset here.
Kuzma credited with the block there for knocking it out of bounds.
Almost here, down low. Robinson can't handle the inbounds. Come on, dude. And then outside, LeBron's going to go to Kuz, and that can't hit. Rebound down to Rondo. What a rebound there over Jimmy. AD is going to go for 3. AD hits the opposite side of the net, or of the rim, rather. And rebound into Miami. So no issues there. And Crowder just loses the ball. The ball goes flying, winds up in the lap of LeBron. And now Caruso drives in. That's an offensive foul. Jimmy Butler was there.
And then Butler again getting tangled up with one of the Lakers there. I think is Howard still on?
No, Howard's not on.
No, but Butler and...
Let's see. Is Butler in the restricted area? No, he's clean. Caruso, this is a low percentage play from Caruso. He's going into 2 Miami defenders, and he thinks he's going to like...
Yeah, and the other defender was there.
Yeah, they were both set. It's like a double charge. Like, what?
Yeah, okay. If Iguodala, it'd be an easier decision for the refs.
Heat look like they're putting a lot of pressure on Butler. To be honest, I think Butler carries the mantle of Miami on his own, right? Like, he knows he's the guy. Like, if he isn't going to step up, then there is nobody else really to do it. As Davis gets a block. Again, the LA defense just locking this thing down. Miami with plenty of opportunities to extend the lead, but just can't. Meanwhile, LA just hanging around, only down by 4. He's Caruso out to Rondo. Rondo's going to go for 3. That shot's way long. Rebound down to Iguodala on the weak side, and Iguodala is now out in transition. Miami, this is probably the best opportunity they're going to have to score, but they decide to pull up, and here's Robinson back to Adebayo. A little 2-man game. Adebayo can't control it, and it's a turnover going to Rondo. Cross-court pass up ahead to Kuzma, back to Morris, back to Caruso. Actually, LeBron isn't even on the court at the moment. Rondo going in, driving in, getting kick out to Kuzma. Kuzma for 3. That shot is off as well. Rebound to AD on the weak side, and AD turnaround is going to be a foul, and it is. Foul on Iguodala.
Iguodala on the reach. Just some cheap turnovers creeping in for Miami. They're up to 11.
Yeah, sloppy from Bam. Need to do better. Whether the pass could have been better, that's another question. I mean, if the pass did look a little low. We've seen a couple passes now where Miami has tried to go for the baseline and exploit that, and they've just resulted in turnovers.
Well, we saw that inbounds play that was just out of Robinson's reach.
True, as well. Ago. As you mentioned, the sloppy turnovers creeping in at late here in the third. Chat had put up that whoever wins the third quarter was going to win this game. And I don't know if they meant whoever's winning at the end of the third quarter or whoever actually wins the third quarter. Because there's a could be a slight difference there, but AD is going to take his second of the two free throws, and he will convert both. 55.8 seconds, 20 to go here in the third.
And Miami holding a 2-point advantage.
What if it's tied at the end of the third quarter? Then we are going to one heck of a fourth, that's for sure. Bam. Looking for Robinson. Robinson going to take the 3-point shot. Robinson! Oh, wait, is and one?
And an and one, another one in the book. That's Kuzma.
Another one. Kuzma is just in Kuzma looks like he's going to cry too. Woo, baby. Robinson going to go to the line. Let's take another look here. Is this indeed a foul? Yes. Yeah.
That one's not so much the aggressive closeout. It's Kuzma trying to fight through a screen to get to the shooter.
But then he puts his body on him and he knocks him down.
Yeah, it's a body check. It's an obvious. Yeah. It's a foul every day of the week.
Yeah. So we basically the Lakers have managed to foul 2 3-point shooters in the span of as many minutes. As Robinson going to try to convert a 4-point play at the line and does. Put them in the book. Yeah, well, Fran, you better get your book out here, man. The book is slowly filling up, or quickly filling up. Davis going to work on Bam here. He's got about a 12-second game clock shot clock differential. That is a tough shot by Davis, and foul on Adebayo. That is going to be Adebayo's third foul for the evening. As Davis will go to the line. Yeah.
Both teams in the penalty for what it's worth, but there's only 28 seconds remaining in the period.
LA with 2 timeouts. Go ahead.
I was just going to say both teams up to 11 3-pointers. So we were talking about 14 being the.
Yeah. My gut would tell me that the LA shooting percentage from 3 though is rather poor.
It's actually not as bad as you might think. 42.3.
Oh, really? Okay. That is not as bad as I would think. It just looks to me like anyone who's not LeBron James has been missing threes.
Yeah, Miami's better at 45, but it's not terrible.
AD getting it done from the free throw line. You see this last 4. So Miami will hold presumably for the last shot. There is a slight difference in the game clock and the shot clock here. Only about 4 seconds, give or take. And so it's the GOAT 89. There you go. And hello to you from the Twitch chat. Beautiful feed from Jimmy Butler here to Bam. And that's 2 more.
Butler using the screen gets inside the paint.
Bam, wham, bam, damn. Nice. Love to have the Miami fans around too. And Rondo going to dive in, just going to take this himself. Blocked behind by Bam. Oh my goodness, he saved the basket. Yes?
Yeah, that's pretty. That's a credited as a block to Adebayo, and they get the stop right at the last minute.
Man, you just go back to thinking of when Adebayo denied Jason Tatum at the rim in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. He just denied Rajon Rondo here from behind. Beautiful. Actually, he didn't even block it.
It's gone on the stat sheet as a block. I wonder if that'll get reviewed.
Joshua Schulinger, thank you very much on the YouTube side of things for the subscription. Much appreciated. Thank you, everybody, across both Twitch and YouTube platforms for hanging out with us tonight. We are headed to the fourth quarter. This is a 6-point game here in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Remember, LA is up 3-1. If LA manages to win this game, we will have a champion tonight here in the NBA. Rather remarkable, actually, the work that the NBA has done to get us to this point, right? The whole thing about setting up the bubble, getting the teams ready, going through the protocols. They've done a tremendous job, and we've been enjoying the heck out of calling these games. It's been really, really fun.
And just having getting the players ready, having the practice facilities available, getting courts assembled, getting the broadcast arrangements sorted out. I think it's been a model. I think there's a bunch of sporting comps around the world that are going to look at that now and see what they can do. If they can't get fans in the stands, can they still operate on that basis? It's certainly the NBA and the WNBA have done an excellent job of getting through their seasons and getting a product on TV.
And I think the NBL is looking at the WNBL you posted earlier today on our Discord was looking at something similar.
Yeah, the Australian Women's League is going to have, we don't have the case numbers that America has, so we're going to have a sort of 3-city hub, more like the NHL's arrangement. So we'll have 8 teams playing in 3 cities here in Australia.
It's the GOAT 89. Can we see the game? Unfortunately, these games we cannot. On Thursday nights, we have Thursday Night Football where you can see the game on the Twitch side of things because of Twitch's arrangement with the NFL and Prime Video. So our Thursday night games do have game footage with them, but unfortunately, there is the whole copyright problem that we have to make sure that we don't get in trouble for. As we'd like to be around doing this for long enough that at one day we will be able to show the games. So
we do have some agreements with Twitch. There are some things we can show, as Rich mentioned, Thursday Night Football, and also the Australian National League once that starts in the new year.
And USA Basketball, presumably, as well. We didn't have Olympics this summer, but next summer, presumably, if USA Basketball and we have the Olympics, that should also be available.
And the G League.
Yes, the G League as well. Although they stopped playing because the NBA stopped playing. So
yeah, but they are talking about their own resumption as well.
Yeah. So
now talking about who was leading at 3/4 time, Miami not only won the third quarter but leads after 3.
Well, there you go. So chat was calling earlier. Whoever wins the third will win the game, and right now that is Miami. Miami 28-26 in the third quarter, 6-point lead. The stats that are standing out to you so far. Now we got 3 quarters. We got some interesting stats.
If you didn't block it, was it still good defense or bad offense? Still good defense. You're changing the shot. You're challenging the shot.
The problem was, though, if it actually hit the backboard and then he hit the backboard, that's goaltending. That's why it was sort of bizarre play, right?
Yeah, and I just wonder I don't think that's been, or it might have been reviewed and let go.
Okay, because they didn't add any points here.
No,
so.
They haven't changed the score.
Yeah. So, all right, we got Lakers and Heat fans ready to go. Put 12 more on the clock because this is going to be the final 12 minutes. Will we crown a champion tonight? Here we go. Fourth quarter. LA, Miami. Game 5 of the finals, LA leading 3-1. The first shot for the Lakers is no good. Jimmy Butler with 27 points. LeBron with 28. Remember, I called 40. So we'll see what happens here for Jimmy. Duncan Robinson going to try to go for 3. Robinson opens up the fourth quarter scoring, hitting it from the outside.
He's starting to fire.
Woo! Robinson, and that is huge for Miami, who said who was going to help out Jimmy Butler tonight. Duncan Robinson has 23 points on 6 of 11 from 3. He's been sensational. Morris trying to drive baseline, and again, the sideline defender.
Back foot out of bounds.
Back foot out of bounds. Sideline defender comes up.
Step, so you just take that backward step so you can propel forward, and you always step over the line. Again, it drives under 12 coaches crazy, let alone in the NBA.
Jimmy Butler bringing it up the court. I hear Miami with a chance to make this a double-digit lead if they can capitalize. We've seen Miami here have opportunities, and Bam missed the layup! What? And LeBron just throws it out of bounds, so Miami dodges a bullet. Oh, my goodness.
I think Bam was expecting the contact, and LeBron held back. And then at the other end, the pass from LeBron just in front of the cutter.
Yeah, I think you're right. Look, on the replay, Bam looks at James, and he can't believe it. Oh, my goodness, Bam. Ooh.
But yeah, definitely a bullet dodged.
Because LeBron just threw it out on the other side, and here we're trying to get an alley-oop, Butler to Bam, but Bam gets caught underneath. Now he's working on Morris. He's going to have to go do this the hard way. Beautiful, and he actually gets the foul on Morris on the up and under move. What a move by Bam here, really asserting himself in the fourth.
Yeah, LeBron calling for the push off there, but I don't think they're going to review that one. I think they'll run with it. I think both coaches still have their challenge. The only ref review we had was on the flagrant earlier on.
Yeah, I do. Oh, so LeBron's basically saying he gave him the chicken wing.
Yeah.
Which it does kind of look like there. Bam here at the free throw line, and will make the first. Nicely done.
11, I think, has been the biggest lead so far. Miami can equal that.
Free throw shooting percentages, I go for it, Derek.
Miami 14 for 15, Lakers 11 for 14.
And remember, in Game 3, the one that Miami won, they took they went 21 of 23 from the free throw line. I think it was Game 2 where they took 40 free throws.
Yeah, I think it was Game 2.
31 of 34, something ridiculous. I mean, Miami's been shooting since spectacularly well from the free throw line. They've definitely made a living there. Now, as you mentioned, it is an 11-point game. Largest lead of the night for Miami here. LeBron's going to pull up from three. LeBron just keeps hitting. Three-pointer for LeBron. You just can't stop him.
He's set, he's relaxed, and it's just like a drill.
6 of 8. 31 points for James. Back and forth we go. Butler now gives it up to Nunn, sets the screen. Caruso goes above it. 3 seconds. Nunn's going to have to make it happen, and actually they're going to call Caruso here. And this will just be 14 seconds of the shot clock. Was not a shooting foul on the floor. Who else's heart rate is high? Oh, man. I think we have, especially on the Twitch side, I think we got both Miami and LA fans. Whew.
Adebayo's free throws earlier put him in double figures, so 6 players with more than 10 for Miami.
Jimmy Butler just discards Anthony Davis, but Butler can't hit the step-back jump shot. Miami holding on here to an 8-point lead. LeBron going to try to work on Adebayo. Adebayo, hand down, man down, careful. LeBron takes a step inside the three-point line. Going to go isolation, one-on-one. Good defense there. Great defense by Adebayo to deny LeBron the baseline. Results in a turnover. Jimmy, watch it get his pocket pick from behind. And they're going to call a foul or just out of bounds?
No, that's a foul on Morris.
A foul on Morris.
The reach from behind. Yeah, LeBron sort of forced into a bad baseline pass, and Adebayo herded him into the defensive help from Butler.
Yeah, great defense here by Adebayo. And Butler was just there. He knew that pass was coming for Davis. Adebayo going to give it to Robinson. Robinson going to get Danny Green in the air. Resets. Takes 3 here. Robinson just off. Adebayo can't get him down with a rebound.
Maybe shouldn't have pump faked on that one.
Caruso to LeBron. LeBron just bowls over. This is going to be an offensive foul. Yes, and it is. Oh, LeBron can't. Oh, LeBron was about to throw his mouth guard too. He can't even believe it. I mean, he just rolls over Robinson. He's going to lower the shoulder and bring him down. This is, by my count, the second time that Robinson has stood in front of LeBron James and taken a charge at full speed. I got to give the guy credit. Holy.
Yeah. Robinson's backpedaling there, but he gets hit square in the chest.
That is going to hurt in the morning. Wow. And that is going to be our first media timeout here in the 4th. Oh my goodness, he's a bull gift Robinson.
They're challenging this. Why are they challenging this?
Well, you said that Vogel both coaches had their challenge. And so...
So hang on, they did this in game 4 as well. They challenged a LeBron call early on in game 4. And I don't understand what the purpose is for the challenge, because it's only LeBron's first foul. If it stands, if you wipe it off the floor, if you wipe it off the scorecard, he's got 0. But even now he's only got 1. Like if he had 4 and you're risking a 5th foul, then yeah, fair enough. Keep the biggest star in the world in the game. But it's only 1 foul. I don't understand Vogel.
You anticipated Gemma's question, how many fouls does LeBron have? And the answer is only 1. I think it's more about trying to retain possession, to be honest, though. They find themselves down 8.
But even then, you've still got 9 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Play straight defense.
So...
Team fouls, perhaps. It is 3 on the Lakers, but even then, you've got so long to go in the game.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. It's an 8-point lead with 9 minutes to go. Like,
okay, for the team fouls thing, okay, fair enough. But if that was like Caruso picking up that foul and suddenly you've got...
They would not have challenged it.
They wouldn't have challenged that.
No.
And they did exactly the same thing in game 3 with a cheap foul on LeBron early on. He only finished with like 2 fouls for the game.
Yeah, Caruso, expendable. Foul's expendable.
I think it was, I said the other day, I think it was Stan Van Gundy talking about it earlier in the playoffs, saying you try and use a challenge. You know, his philosophy would be to use a challenge to take scores off the board. You know, if you give up an and 1 or something, try and take that off the board if it's contentious, and try and get 2 or 3 points with your challenge.
And you only get 1, right? So.
And you only get the 1. Doesn't matter if you're successful or not. You only get the 1.
Right. So there could be a period in time where this game does get very close, and you would have been like, well, would have liked to have that challenge back later on. So, yep, yeah, LeBron has only one for now. Presumably, this will stand. I mean, is he sort of moving? Yeah, maybe. This did look like a charge at full speed. It
Yeah.
looked like a charge.
Jeff, technically it's not a media timeout, but each team is required to take one each quarter.
Yeah.
So it's it's mandatory. The school bench calls it for the teams, and it's charged to the teams.
But that's only a fact of being in the bubble, right? Like in the.
No, that's normal rules.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
It's just so
under
they
the
can put
normal.
TV. It's just so they can put ads in.
Okay, because I know we do this in college when we play the 20-minute quarters. It's every 4 minutes. So
Yeah, and we used to have that in some leagues. It's not a standard FIBA rule, but some leagues have it as well.
got it. Returning now to live action. Once again, just huge shout out and thank you to everybody joining us on either Twitch or YouTube. We're straight across both platforms. You guys get to choose which one you want to hang out on. Content's the same for both, unless we're doing our Thursday night football. And here is the challenge on the replay. I mean, he's moving. Are they going to overturn this? I don't know. No. The answer is no. So the call will stand, and the Lakers will lose their challenge. As play has resumed here, Kendrick Nunn working on Davis. Gets it back to Butler. Butler only has 6 seconds here to operate, and he's going to have to be clinical about it, but actually Davis definitely got a piece. That gets deflected.
Yeah, Davis got a piece of that.
Danny Green is wide open here for 3, and Danny Green nails it. Nails the 3-point shot, exactly what he had to do. And that was a 6-point swing, I think.
6 assists for LeBron. Triple-double for Butler, by the way. That's confirmed.
All right, so Jimmy doesn't quite have his 40. He needs 13 more. So here we go. Because I have put money on the 40. Tyler Hero going in, and there's Crowder. Crowder going to go for 3. Crowder, that's too strong. And Green down to LeBron. LeBron down to Davis. And Davis is going to work on Crowder. That's a tough shot. But he's going to get fouled, and he'll earn a trip to the free throw line for his efforts.
Yeah, 2 hands on the shooter. It's going to be a foul all the time. That's 4 on Crowder.
Did the Heat pay the refs? No, but sometimes one of our other commentators thinks that LeBron does on the side. The amount of calls that he gets.
And yet we haven't really had a lot of fouls in this game. It hasn't been foul heavy. Again, we said at halftime, once the teams blew off some steam and got the double technical out of the way, it has been fairly free flowing.
Yeah, I don't think there's been any egregious calls either. I mean, the fouling of the 3-point shooters, which happened twice by LA, I think those both were actually correct.
Yeah, one was a hip check and one was landing, taking up the zone.
Yeah. There was one charge before this one that was also very much correct. Anthony Davis hits both free throws. So it's a 3-point margin here, 93-90. Miami Heat in the lead with 8 minutes to go. Miami playing for its finals lives here. Need to win to force a game 6, which will be on Sunday. Taylor Hero coming across the screen. He's been kind of quiet tonight. Need to see a bit more out of Hero. Nunn pump fakes, shoots, and he will take the 3 and drill it. Kendrick Nunn for 3 with the lefty. Yes.
Nunn up to 14.
Great production from Nunn off the bench, and LeBron just too strong. Finds his way into the paint and slams it down. I think they'll kind of live with that 2-point shot. I think they'd rather have LeBron taking 2s than 3s. Talking about taking 3s, Nunn, that was in and out. Decent shot. Just didn't go down.
A couple of those rattle out.
Yeah, that's the third one by my count now that Miami has had go halfway down and out. And here's Caruso for 3. Miami late to recover, but that's goes to the weak side. And the rebound bounces around for a little bit and winds up in the hands of Nunn. So Jimmy Butler will recover here for Miami.
7 minutes left.
And Jimmy Butler's just going to pull up and take 3, but that shot is like way off. That's a brick. And up ahead to Davis. They should have probably fouled him on the floor, and they're actually going to foul him now in the act of shooting, as Davis will head to the free throw line and get 2 freebies. Iguodala, the offender on that one.
I don't know if that's necessarily a good stat. I mean, if it's Dwight Howard, then you definitely foul him, but Davis is a competent free throw shooter. 7 for 7 so far in the game.
I thought it was going to end up as an easy dunk. That's why. But
oh yeah, on that front, you force him to earn it. But
yeah, that was what I was going for. Yeah, Because I thought he had a clear lane. It looked like he had a clear lane to the basket, and so give him a chance to miss one at the line at least. He hits the first one. LeBron all the way back on defense right now. And this could make it a 2-point game here, as the Lakers have taken what was a 6-point lead at three-quarter time, and threatening to reduce it down to 2. LeBron James here with 33 points on an incredibly efficient 13 of 16 shooting and 6 of 8 from beyond the arc. Just outstanding.
And now 9 straight free throws for Anthony Davis.
Davis getting it done at the free throw line. Bam's going to take a crazy wild shot. That just does not look good. And they're going to reverse this call. They said out of bounds originally on Miami. And actually, this is now going to go out of bounds to LA. I'm not sure I like the Miami offense right now. It's too much isolation. It's too much one and done. They are not moving the ball.
Yeah, that wasn't a great, but it was just, Adebayo taking a guarded floater from the elbow. And then, just bounced the ball on the baseline. That was the referee just instinctively pointing the wrong way, and he knew he made a mistake immediately.
So LA now with a chance to tie or take the lead. I think this would be the first lead for LA, certainly in the half. And Caldwell Pope is going to take the 3, and Caldwell Pope is going to drill the 3. That's it from Spoelstra. Too much. Spoelstra has seen enough here. 97-96, LA Lakers trying to win and clinch the title here tonight. Woo! Jimmy should have drove. Yeah, I mean, I just don't like the ISO basketball. I mean, Miami has made its brand out of doing like high percentage of assists, lots of really great passing. Just isn't like, and kind of as Chad is pointing out, he lost control and weren't a team for like, and that's what happens, is that this Miami team just doesn't look like a Miami team because they start taking isolation baskets and it's one and done.
This is LA's first lead since 1817.
So halfway through the second?
Midway through the first.
Oh, midway through the first. Okay.
1817 scoreline.
Oh, duh. Halfway through the first. There you go. Now this gets tough for Miami. 201 years ago. Yeah. A bit more than that. 203 years ago, maybe? 1817. Yeah, I think we are in 2020, although most of us would like to forget it. But
yeah, funnily enough, LeBron was still playing. Lakers uniform included a string of onions around his neck, which was the fashion at the time.
I'm just scared that like other final quarters sometimes lose their offensive heads. I mean, the credit though, the Lakers defense has stepped up, but now Miami has the uphill task of playing from behind yet again. And so we're going to need to see, well, Jimmy is stuck at 27 points. He hasn't scored yet this quarter. He had 27 coming in. He still has 27. Although the rest of the Miami, at least on the floor, are all in double figures.
And the question now, we've talked about it being a game of runs. Does Miami have one left in them?
True. Yep. This is better than TNT, Isaac. Well, thank you. I don't know if
shucks.
I don't know if we're better. So I will defer to Kenny, Charles, and Chuck. Like I think the TNT halftime crew is phenomenal. But yeah, and it might be on TNT. It's on ABC right now, but like Mark Jackson, Van Gundy, and Mike Breen, I think, is the crew doing it for real. But appreciate it. Thank you. The 40 you said is not looking good. Go for it.
I would settle for being a low-budget Lee Ellis. Is that for an obscure reference? Dollar store Lee Ellis.
There you go. But hey, it's free. It's like you could just hang out and watch and join chat, and you guys have been phenomenal tonight. So thank you everybody on chat on both Twitch and YouTube. It's been spectacular. You guys make this a lot of fun. It's always better to watch and broadcast when there's other people having fun and participating in the broadcast as well. And that's why we enjoy doing this. So much appreciated. That 40 point, those 40 points by Jimmy. I mean, he's got 6 minutes to do it, so isn't out of the question, I suppose. But so you're Spoelstra here, Derek. Let's set this up. You're Spoelstra. You're down 1. You've been in the lead for essentially 2.5 quarters. How do you get to Sunday?
Well, I can tell you he's brought Duncan Robinson back into the game. Not that Nunn's played badly, but Robinson's been firing. And I think it's just a matter of, like we said, that Adebayo possession last time was an example of just a bad possession. No passing, forced shot, no rebounding, no structure. So just run a couple of plays, run your sets, get back into a rhythm, and then see how you go from there.
And Crowder is up against it. The shot clock here, he only has 2 seconds. That was sensational Laker defense, actually. Miami was trying.
That's not what Spoelstra drew up.
No, but you could see that they were trying to actually, it was a decent possession, but the Laker defense was just too strong. Danny Green for 3 actually just winds up in the hands. Looks like he shot it at Jimmy Butler. Winds up in the hands of Butler, and LeBron goes down. That should have been a travel, but not called. Now on the other side, it's a run out. Caldwell Pope will finish for 2. Wow, that is a huge swing. Jimmy Butler had it. Jimmy Butler had a layup.
Yeah, I think he just lost I think he was trying to avoid the charge from LeBron. LeBron ended up falling over anyway, and then Butler lost the handle, and it ended up in LeBron's hands.
Extended run here for the Lakers. It's a 17-3, and that is going to be an offensive foul against Robinson. He gets Caldwell Pope up high.
And then LeBron runs to get the ball like it's American football.
Oh, this is so... Oh, this is a flop.
Ooh.
This is horrible. This is a bad call. This is a bad call. We've said we haven't complained about the calls so far tonight. That's a bad one.
Yeah, if you don't have the vision, basically Robinson had the ball and sort of brought his hands down, and maybe kind of fairy clipped Caldwell Pope.
No,
maybe?
No, I don't buy it at all. I don't buy it at all. Davis misses the 3.
That's as generous as I can get.
Yeah, that's being very generous. Tyler Hero here, tough 2-point shot. Tyler Hero can't get it to go. Rebound down to Davis. Man, Hero just hasn't quite been himself here. Only
Hasn't
10
been
points.
Hero tonight.
Has not been Hero tonight. Would have been a big shot. LeBron now running the offense here for LA. Telling everybody to back up. It looks like almost like a box and one, actually. 4 corners action. Pass to Green. Green's going to go for 3. That one is short. Tip in, rebound. No, we got 2 Lakers going flying here. It's about a 4-on-3. Let's see if Miami can capitalize. Going into Bam. Bam's just going to lay it in. Nice feed from Robinson, as I think we still have Lakers that are down.
Yeah, Davis appeared to land a bit awkwardly there, and Caldwell Pope clutching the back of his head.
Looks like Davis may have re-aggravated that heel that he aggravated, and it looks like he almost walked off the court here. It's going to be now it looks like he aggravated his left side. Invisible pain, however, still on the court. LeBron going to go 1-on-1 against Butler. LeBron diving in. Butler blocked it! And it's out on Butler. LA is going to have a chance to reset with 4 seconds.
And I think James didn't even react to that one. He's just like, yeah, all right, you got me on that one.
Yep.
Caruso in for Green.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler. What an effort here. Jimmy was just doing it all. They're going to leave AD in for the moment here. It's a 4 seconds on the shot clock. Caruso right underneath. And Jimmy Butler with the active hands. Strips it from Caruso.
Great.
Butler is going to go in. He gets fouled. He gets absolutely fouled. It's an and one. Yes, this is definitely continuation. Give it to him.
Butler calling for that one. Definitely a foul on Morris. That's his 3rd. Spoelstra demanding that be an and one. Not initially called that way.
They're going to call a foul on the floor? What is this, college? What? Yo, we do a lot of college games because we do all the Duke games, but no way.
NBA, that's wow. That's
what?
In the NBA. They've it's Miami ball, but yeah, that should have been an and one.
Are you okay? Wow, that could be huge, actually. As Jimmy Butler's going to give this to Robinson. Robinson going to turn around for 3, and Robinson drills it! So it actually works out for Miami. They get 3 either way.
They'll just keep fighting. Duncan Robinson.
Ball don't lie, chat. Holy cow. 2-point lead here, 3 minutes to go. Caldwell Pope in the corner for 3, trying to get the lead back for LA. Oh, Morris tries to get the rebound, but it's going to be fouled by Adebayo. Woo! What a 4th quarter.
Now we're starting to get some excitement.
New Lakers slogan.
Fowler's on Crowder there, his 5th.
New Lakers slogan, don't take offense, Lakers fan, but it's 8v5. The 3 refs definitely participating there. Good feed by Caruso. They rang around James, and James is going to have to earn it at the free throw line.
Yeah, Butler just tackles him there to stop the shot going up.
Yeah, brought it down. Yeah, pretend Pryor, go Miami. We've got Miami fans, we've got Laker fans. Spectacular. This is sensational. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. What a move, what a play. Robinson has been lights out tonight. 7 of 13 from three-point land. Wow, 7 of 13. That is like a... Whew. LeBron will hit the first free throw. A chance to tie it up here with the next one.
34 for LeBron so far.
Grant, Derek, I told you, man. We said this before we came on the air. When we teamed up and did Game 3, Miami won. So this could be. It's the only game they've won this series. LeBron ties the game at 101. 35 points, 6 of 8 from 3, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. And we have 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. You really can't ask for much more. For a championship, basically, here. Jimmy Butler goes in. Jimmy Butler can't finish. That ball hits the rim 3 times and bounces out.
Yeah, going for the Kawhi Leonard bounce there, just doesn't get it.
AD still kind of physically hampered here. He's like hobbling on one leg. Man, but they're leaving him in. Trying to get rebounds here. Caldwell Pope takes 1 step behind the three-point line. In and out for Caldwell Pope. Will Jimmy get the rebound? Yes, he will. Gives it to Hero. Hero picks up his dribble. Going to have to reset this. Get up ahead to Crowder. Oh, my gosh. Crowder to Butler. We'll catch up with chat when we have a stoppage in play. There's 2 minutes left. Dos minutos, as we would say in Miami. Robinson for 3. No, he's going to give it to Butler. Robinson is going to take a mid-range jump shot. That shot looks good. It is pure. 103-101 Miami. And LeBron's going to get over the timeline for a timeout. No, actually, they're just going to set up the offense from here.
It's going to keep going.
Sometimes they take it to the coach's box and then call time. 29 points for Butler. LeBron going to drive on Crowder. LeBron James time. LeBron James and 1. Yeah, unstoppable right there.
Wow. Hero, his first.
Wow. What are the odds of Miami? What are the odds that Miami can make? I mean, it's a tie game. Like, this is anyone's right now. Wow.
Yeah, 134 remaining and tied.
LeBron now with 38 points. Looks like my call was wrong. It's not Jimmy who's going to get 40. It's LeBron who's going to get 40 here in a second as he puts that one in and he puts the Lakers up by 1.
But we are going to get a 40 bomb in this game.
We are going to get a 40. Yes. 14 of 18. 4 of 6 from free throws, 6 of 8 from 3. Most impressive part of LeBron James' stat, if you ask me here tonight. Lakers by a single point. Jimmy Butler working on Morris, looking down low, turnaround, step back, jump shot is good. Jimmy buckets.
31 for Butler.
These two are just going back and forth between Butler and James.
Blows.
And now Butler is on James. Butler trying to poke around. And James through the contact, can't finish, gets his own rebound and does. James again for 2. That's his 40.
That's the 40. Good D by Crowder to not give up the foul, but couldn't make the second effort.
Jimmy Butler now, 50 seconds left. A single point. Jimmy Butler driving in, Euro step. He gets blocked and he's fouled by Morris. Jimmy Butler going to go to the line. Man, he's doing it all. He is exhausted. You could see it. Holy cow. Whew, man.
You almost call a timeout here just to get Gatorade into people.
Well, you have them, right? You may as well. Wow.
Just for people who don't have vision, Miami has 2 timeouts. The Lakers have 1, both teams in the penalty. Spoelstra still has his challenge, I believe.
I suppose you could challenge a play just to force a timeout, right? Even if you're not going to win it.
Miami will burn a timeout there.
But yeah. Wow. You guys think, I mean, yeah, it could certainly go to OT here. Here's the thing, though. There's 46 seconds. Let's do the reset, right? Miami has the ball, or Jimmy Butler's at the free throw line going to shoot 2. There's 46 seconds on the clock. LA, with a 24-second shot clock, that means that there's going to be at least 22 seconds left after the LA possession, assuming that they don't get the offensive rebound. Right now, Miami will have the last shot unless they try to go for a quick 2-for-1.
Yeah, a lot of scenarios could play out here. With the timeouts available to each team, both teams in the penalty, we could see a lot of stoppages in the last 40 seconds. Mark, the Aussie equivalent to Gatorade is Gatorade.
Oh, really? Does Croc drink Gatorade? Is that
sold by Pepsi over here? Coke has a rival called Powerade.
Yeah, we have that too.
And we get Lucozade from the UK. But
that's it. That was the one. I thought we had this conversation on an NBL stream before. The Lucozade one. Who makes Lucozade?
It's a British company, I think.
Oh, okay.
But Gatorade is the Pepsi one over here. Powerade is Coke.
Yeah.
There is always a Coke and a Pepsi version of everything.
Jimmy Butler and LeBron James. I mean, you just like Butler's hit every mid-range shot. LeBron has been hitting from 3. These two have put their respective teams on their backs and said either we're going to Sunday or I am winning a championship right now.
Yeah, they just refuse to lose.
Absolutely. This has been a spectacular game so far. Jimmy Butler at the line, shooting 2. Cold-blooded, gets the first. And, you know, I'm just going to guess at the next play for LA. It's going to be LeBron. That's it. It's just going to be LeBron. Jimmy Butler for the second and gets that one.
Joshua feeling the tension in chat. I won't repeat the comment, but it's definitely tense.
It is. A single point separates these two teams. As in Twitch speak, we would say Monka S with the Monka emotes here. LeBron on Jimmy. These two players have been going at it all night. This is the way this game should come down. LeBron has to pick up his dribble. Crowder deflects it, and it's going to be a 3-point shot for LA. Anthony Davis does beat the shot clock. Yes, he does. Just barely beat the shot clock. They're going to review it. Caldwell Pope or Morris shot 3?
Yeah, I think it was the Marcus Morris 3. Davis with the putback. I think this is going to be a ref review because we are in the final 2 minutes, and they're just going to make sure that was before it looked all right from the long angle.
It did. So LeBron passes it out. It was Caldwell Pope who shot the 3. AD actually is on the receiving end of it, and yes, this is a good shot. This is a good shot here. Yeah, he made it.
Yeah, that'll stay on the board.
AD he beats the shot clock. For sure.
Yeah, it looked fine on the long shot. It looks fine now.
Yep.
Miami will, however, burn a timeout and advance the ball. 21.8 left on the game clock.
I'm so tense. I don't even know what to say. This is Lakers are up by 1. Lakers up by a single point. There was no foul called or anything. They were trailing by 1. AD gets 2. They're up by 1. LA has a timeout left. Fouls to give 0. And so here we are.
You might need to hide the game cast just in case it's ahead of us.
Yeah, I'll do that when they resume. So yeah, something we do like to hide the game cast here so that we don't ruin the prediction or we don't ruin the result for chat. It's for everybody watching because that will update before we update.
Predom, I said before the game Miami, I wanted to see one more game.
Yep.
So I'm sticking with Miami.
Yep, Derek is sticking with Miami. I had originally called Miami in 6, although that is mathematically impossible. So,
well, you could either have Miami or you could have a result in 6.
That's true. That's true. I just can't have them both. All right. Here we go. Ready to inbound. It is going to be Crowder, Robinson, Hero, Bam, and Jimmy on the floor for the Miami Heat. Crowder to inbound. Let's see what Spoelstra drew up. Miami historically very good out of these timeouts. Here we go. A screen. Butler going in, and Butler fouled as he goes in. AD, the offending party.
Beautiful wasting any time.
Not wasting any time. Beautiful screen there by Crowder. He sort of pins LeBron. And LeBron just can't recover and go get Jimmy. So AD has to come over and help. And AD fouls. Absolutely a foul. He jumps right into him. Pretam, I don't think Dragic is coming back at all, actually, in the series. Jimmy Butler at the line, shooting 2. Gets 1.
Makes the first. It remains tense in in chat. See, they can't review that. I mean, Davis went pretty much straight up there, but they can't review it. They burned the review on the LeBron foul earlier.
And Jimmy gets 2.
So Jimmy's got 35. Timeout Lakers, 16.8 remaining. So no timeouts left on the board. But yeah, I mean, you could theoretically have reviewed that Anthony Davis foul there because he went straight up. But you burn the review on the LeBron foul.
Yep.
He's still only got 1.
Well, this is what I said, right? It'd be nice if like we had a challenge at some point later on in the game. Hold on. I don't know why. Yeah, it wasn't straight up. He was jumping left. I totally agree with this. Actually, this is.
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, I still would have called it a foul, but
Yeah.
certainly from court level, would you use the challenge there, especially when you're a team that doesn't? Okay, the Lakers now don't have a timeout.
Okay, so 16. Okay, here's the game reset, right? 16.8 seconds. Miami up by a single point. LA is going to hold this for the last shot, and if I had to guess, this is going to LeBron.
Surely you go straight to LeBron. Nobody else is touching it here, at least until the final couple of seconds.
So either LeBron wins the championship for LA, or we go to a game 6 on Sunday.
If you're Miami, do you foul immediately?
No.
Just try and play straight defense with.
No, because then he can win at the free throw line. So.
But then you get the ball back because the clock stopped.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
Danny Green
1-point lead
to inbound here and gives it to James. We'll count him down with you. 15 seconds. LeBron James guarded by Jimmy Butler. LeBron being guarded by Robinson. LeBron actually gets this back outside to Danny Green. Danny Green's going to go for the championship. No, that is short. Morris with 5 seconds. Morris puts it up to AD. Morris just throws it out of bounds.
Trying to lob it to AD in the low post, but it was way too much heat on the pass.
Miscommunication for the Lakers, and the pass just goes out of bounds. If you're LA, you have to foul. But you don't even have a timeout to advance the ball.
No, 2.2 on the clock, baseline ball.
What? We gotta look at this play and why LeBron didn't actually go to finish this play, because he kicked it out. Granted, Danny Green was wide open and he didn't finish. Lakers do have to inbound. If not, they get called for 5 seconds here, and it's going to be a quick foul. Caldwell Pope will foul Hero, and Hero will go to the free throw line. Miami with a 1-point lead and 1.6 seconds on the clock. Oh my goodness.
And 2 free throws to come. Here's the replay of that. So LeBron's at the halfway line, draws the double team, draws 4 defenders.
Yeah.
Kicks it out to Green, short arms the 3. Morris forced that up. They still had 4 seconds. No, sorry. He's forcing the lob pass into Davis, but the pass was nowhere near him.
Tyler Hero at the free throw line. I mean, if I would miss the second one, you're going to make the first here. And Tyler Hero does. Whew. Oh, Panacoitus. Oh, no. Although staying up to watch the game all the way from Greece.
Well, at least you're going to get one more game.
You're going to get one more. We're going to get Sunday, and we will be back for Sunday. Make sure to drop the follow on Twitch, the sub on YouTube. Join us on Sunday for Game 6.
You get value for your cable or your Twitch, your internet subscription in any case.
Yeah. Tyler Hero is going to take the second one. Like I said, I think I would just miss this. And to just force LA to start the clock here with 1.6, and he's going to make it. So it's a 3-point margin. I suppose you could go for the Leitner pass on this. Drop the. Oh yeah, Derek, go ahead.
Oh, I was just throwing myself a plug in the chat. That's all right.
They are kind of going to go for the Leitner sort of pass. One dribble, LeBron's going to put that up, and it is going to be no good. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. The final score, 111-108 for Miami. A sensational performance here tonight. A full team win. Jimmy Butler got to 35. I was 5 points off.
that's tough for the Lakers. It's, again, just that one last play. It all came down to that one last possession for the Lakers.
Yeah.
And yeah, Miami got the stop and the Lakers couldn't execute. But even then they had a good look, like Green wide open for three. It was basically 4 defenders collapsing on LeBron.
Yep.
Green wide open. Morris just made a bad pass.
The 40-point double-double here for LeBron. 40 points, 13 rebounds.
7 assists, 15 for 21.
Just, I mean, the 3-point shooting from LeBron. I mean, he was gunning for the championship, especially after AD went down in the first quarter.
Yeah, he wanted to go home tonight. He took charge of the game after AD got hurt. And I mean, AD did manage to come back, which is great. You want to see your stars on the floor. But LeBron definitely stepped up. But a team effort from Miami, like you said, 6 players in double figures. Butler 35, 12, and 11, the triple-double. And then 26 for Duncan Robinson, 7 threes in the game. 13 for Adebayo, 14 for Nunn off the bench, 12 for Hero, 11 for Crowder. Interestingly, 20 minutes for Iguodala, no points. And that's as deep as the bench went for the Heat. No court time for Olynyk, Jones Jr., Leonard. They didn't dip deep into their bench at all.
Yep.
And then on the Lakers side of things, 28 and 12 for Davis, who did play well. 16 for Caldwell Pope, but they're your only main scorers. They went with their big 3.
Yeah, they did. And what time on Sunday? It is going to be 7:30 Eastern time on Sunday, 4:30 Pacific time. What time does that come out to in the Australia?
I believe that is 10:30 Sydney time, and we have daylight saving in force in some Australian states. So check your local guides.
Yeah, in any case, we'll be back here. I think Fran is either... He had some I think he's either going to do the F1 race from Nuremberg on Sunday morning, or he's going to do one of the friendly internationals on Sunday. So I think there's going to be a Relive double header at some point on Sunday afternoon, or on Sunday day, actually. So and if you've enjoyed the content, make sure to give Oz a follow too. You can put that link in chat. He's streams on Twitch as well. Thank you so much, Derek, for joining us here. On how many sports do we do? Well, let's see. We do Thursday Night Football, and then we do the NBA. We'll do Duke College when that kicks off. We do Liverpool. So we've got at least 4 by my count. And then Derek, you do the NBL commentary as well.
Yeah, we'll both do NBL depending on time slots and how friendly they are.
Yep.
When the NBL, the Australian League, resumes, we will have full vision of those games. So that is scheduled for January at this stage. We'll see how we travel.
Sensational. A fantastic performance here for Miami, who hangs on in Game 5 behind Jimmy Butler's triple-double. For all of us here at Real Life Sports, I think at this point we take credit for the win, because this is the second game that we team up and do, and Miami wins. So there's got to be some luck here.
Again, my local minor league team is the Heat, so
there you go.
Take the credit for that one.
Spectacular. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been a spectacular evening commentating for all of you guys. Thank you for hanging out in chat. We really appreciate it. We'll see you on Sunday, whether that's early or late. Check us out. We'll be right here. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday or your Saturday if you're over in Australia. Stay safe and healthy, everybody. Thank you very much for all of us here at Real Life. Signing off. Cheers.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone. Cheers.